Her face, man. She was, when I say you guys ready, she's like,
Listen.
all right. Welcome to Mind Over. Ooh, go back. I was about to say mindset. Mind Over Emotions. All right. Welcome to Mind Over Emotions. I'm your co-host, Herc, aka Big Hefe Herc. It's my co-host, Michael. Got two beautiful ladies over here. You want to introduce yourselves?
My name is Bonita. I'm from 3 a.m. Bonita. What's up?
I don't know what that is.
Where is that?
I was like, I don't know that.
On Spotify. You can find me on Spotify.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm Mo. I'm just a gym rat.
Just a gym rat? That's
Just
it?
a gym rat.
Nothing
That's
else?
it. I'm
All right.
basic.
So let me ask you guys first. With everything going on in the world right now, this crazy weather and everything going on, what do you think about that? Like with all the fires going on in like California, all the crazy snow going on the East Coast. We ain't getting none of it over here. It's nothing but freaking rain. What do you think about that?
I just learned of it recently, and it's really unfortunate. I mean, I'm praying for everyone there, of course. But I think about the natural disasters like that in California and Florida. My heart just goes out for them because those extreme weathers are.
Isn't it crazy though that they constantly have that weather all the time? Like they never do nothing to prevent it. Like they have all this. California's like the only state I swear that has like the most fires. Like Nevada
But
gets
how would you
it.
prevent
Yeah.
it?
How would you prevent it?
How would you?
Maybe they should water it or something. I don't know.
Like, I don't know. It's like
I-
Florida. Florida floods, but it's like they can't really prevent it.
Yeah.
And that's their home. So it's not like people are gonna everyone evacuate Florida for the rest of their
But
lives.
when you got a fire, it's like because they said that now that the fire has been allegedly started by somebody,
Oh.
but I don't know the facts
I
on
didn't
that.
hear
But my point is, you got a fire that is bigger than the city of Manhattan. It's like at some point, why didn't you guys catch it when it was so small, and stop it? You know what I mean?
Well, I'll say on that part is the weather itself. So the biggest thing they're fighting right now is not the fire, it's the wind.
Yeah.
So that is the reason why it spread so fast and has gotten so large. That they can't control that because the wind, they're getting gust 80.
Catches everything.
Exactly.
Can't really be preventative, I guess.
It could have been, but California has such a dense population that it's hard to prevent something.
If
You
not
can't provide
otherwise.
enough water for your people. You're going to provide it for the plants.
Yeah.
That's true. But do you think of like states like, for instance, like Virginia, like how I was telling you earlier about how they had that big snowstorm. It snows all the time in Virginia, but that they don't have enough like quality piping and stuff like that to where their city of Richmond was out of water for 3 days because pipe burst. And that happens every time. When I lived in Richmond, that didn't happen, but they did have a lot of times like where things would be a lot of outages and stuff like that because of weather. So it just kind of it's mind-boggling that
Yeah.
these cities have been up for years and they haven't done anything. I was just curious about that, what y'all thought about that.
I
But
was just trying to think of like preventative measures. Can you tie things to like a certain, when you're looking at landscape and boundaries for trees or something, can you tie bags there that kind of help prevent the spread of fire? Like, is there powders? I'm like, how do you prevent something like that? But it's really
Probably-
hard.
Bonita, tell me a little bit about yourself. I know you got a current thing going on. We can talk about that if you want.
Do I like blatantly get into it?
Of course, let's jump right into it.
Um, so,
What's going on with you? I know you was telling me about some health issues you got going on.
yeah, so the last 6 months have been kind of like, I've been trying to figure out what's wrong with me, and I kind of just had a misdiagnosis earlier last year. But I just recently found out how serious it is. I have pancreatic cancer. Based off the test results that were done on September, I'm at stage 2. I have an upcoming more tests to do before I have a major surgery called the Whipple surgery, which will last between 8 to
The
10
what
hours.
surgery?
Whipple.
Whipple? Okay.
Um,
How old are you?
I'm 37.
So getting that news at 37, how did that affect you?
It's been surreal because I spent the last 2 years losing over 100 pounds and focusing on my health and like.
Because you also got the
creating-
surgery too. Didn't
Yeah.
you get a surgery for
Yeah, I
for
had
weight
the
loss?
bariatric surgery kind of to help me because being single mom, 2 kids really had me stressed out. And finally, when I created stability, decided to work on my health, right? So I'm thinking I'm good, but the last year of working out was like madly strenuous. Like, yo, something's wrong, and then finally finding out, and about to have this major surgery, and then dive into chemo at 37 with 2 kids by myself. It's been hard.
So I know you said something earlier off camera about military service.
Hmm. Not me
Um,
though.
That was you. Okay, Mo. Okay. So
No,
thought
I
it
mean
was,
I didn't serve or anything.
you didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if they pointed out a cause. Because a lot of times, as you said earlier, misdiagnosis
Hmm.
is a big issue going on around now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just dealt with that with my mother, knowing a misdiagnosis, no proof, and it prolongs that rehab of trying to heal yourself. Like, I just want to know the emotional side right now because what did they diagnose you with first?
I believe we were worried about ovarian cancer, just because that is hereditary in my family. And then I just had major issues, and I just always thought, like, throughout the years, it's probably that. Because women, we have issues with, like, period. We feel a lot of pain, so we automatically think it's that region. And so the other things and scans and all that stuff were overlooked, right? And it's like when you finally find, I don't know, it's like, it's crazy. Like I said, it feels so surreal. I'm sitting here, like, I went to go pick up medication at the pharmacy, and usually, like, at urgent care emergency room, you get like 5 pills, whatever you leave, like leg pain, whatever. But I got, I picked it up, it has a 60 count in it, and I was like, oh shit, this is
Every
real.
single day.
I got fucking cancer, and I gotta live through this, and I gotta make it through every day. And I've had really weak days, but overall, like, I have to stay optimistic for myself and the people I love. And then when I can't, I have to process, and you just gotta go through it and keep.
How do you
keep
process
pushing.
it? Like, what steps do you take to process that?
I used to do things by myself. Like, I'll write it down, I'll think about it, you know, like, give it to God, meditation, all that good stuff. Now I need my friends. Like, I created a group chat with my closest, like, 15 friends. They come and help me with my kids. They're there. Like, this morning, I said, hey, I'm having a hard morning, dude. One of them's like, all right, 10 minutes away. Got you. Helping me clean, helping me do regular stuff so I can sit there and cry and vent and be like, yo, this shit is happening to me right now. But I'm gonna make it through. But, like, whoa. At the height of what I felt, where I was thriving in my career, in my fitness journey, and all that stuff, it's a lot to process. So that's how I do it.
So just now, Mo, I heard you say you had a kid earlier, right?
Yes.
Single mother.
Yes.
Y'all hear that? Single.
Stop.
So
Single and not ready to mingle.
she needs some help. Everybody needs help, put it that way.
Facts.
But you know, she's saying she built this village around her for the situation she's going through. Is there a village around you to assist you? Because a lot of people don't.
100%.
Say a lot of people are scared to talk about their situations and afraid to build that village.
Yeah.
And so I just kind of want to get insight on your village because we know what her village is and why it supports her
Yeah.
so much. But about yourself.
I honestly love my village. I moved here 2 years ago with my ex-husband. He's ex-army. We divorced last August. We separated. I bought a house in Yelm. And so being a single mother was like, and then we lived on base. So when he got kicked out the military, it was kind of like 30 days to find somewhere. And I was just blessed, like a house was on the market, private sale. I have a lot of great friends here where I go to the gym and they watch my daughter. I'm in school, so they watch my daughter when I go to school. So, and my ex-husband, we're really like best friends. So I don't know. Yeah, we were blessed.
That's
Like
great.
if I'm like, hey, can you watch my daughter, our daughter, he'll watch her. So yeah, he's part of my support system. My friends, my girls here are part of my support system. My gym friends, they're literally like family. Yeah, Herc, like literally like family. Like I don't think I've ever been sad going into the gym. If I got boy trouble, you know, Herc's like, who needs it?
No, I
Yeah,
feel like
that's
I feel
real
like everybody needs somebody.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. And I'm very social. I'm very open. I talk about my divorce. I talk about my military life. I talk about anything, honestly. So, yeah.
That's good. Well, I want to take it back just a little bit further. So, tell me about something that happened to you in life where you felt like not you changed, but you pivoted. Like it caused you to pivot, like who you are to become the person you are today.
I would definitely have to say my divorce. Let's see, I was 185 pounds last January, and
You were
I
185
was
pounds.
185. And we can put a picture right now. I had four.
Provided it'll be up there.
I
Wow.
had 4 chins. It was ridiculous.
No.
Oh
Yes,
my God.
but with that, I say that because I was so complacent with my life with my ex-husband. He didn't really care about my weight. I was happy. So it was like when I got divorced, my main thought was I cannot go back in the market looking like this. So I hit the gym, started last year.
But you said go back into the market, but you're not looking for nobody.
No, I'm not looking. At the time I was, but now I'm not. So it was like,
What
Like it was good motivation.
yeah, that was my
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah.
Like, cause it was so,
Yeah, I feel
like you said,
that.
so surreal. Like, I was a stay-at-home mom living on base. So it was like, oh my gosh, now
Mm-hmm.
I gotta depend on myself. Are you crazy? Looking like this, like. So yeah, I hit the gym. It was a big life change because I depended on my husband a lot. If I was a stay-at-home mom, so I was like, okay, now I gotta go back to school. Now I gotta get a job. My daughter's 4, so she was starting school. So it's like, I just became independent and very like, I don't know.
How your daughter handled the
Still
divorce?
easy.
Huh?
How's your daughter handle the divorce?
She handled it well because I feel like it wasn't a dirty divorce. Like, we paid what, $300 in Washington. It was like boom. We didn't fight on anything. We didn't fight for custody. We just split everything. Honestly, he's not on child support because he's in her life. So I don't even think she realized we're not together because she sees both of us. She sees like every day.
And you guys are good friends.
Oh yeah,
that's
literally, like
awesome.
we can joke about anything. Yeah. So, and not everyone's fortunate. I'm not saying we have the perfect co-parenting, but we were fortunate enough to agree on everything.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What about you? You and your children. How do they take you? Do you have a divorce or?
Yeah,
how'd that
I'm
happen?
divorced since like almost 10 years ago.
What?
Yeah. So
How old are
it's-
your children?
My kids are soon to be 18, soon to be 10, like here shortly in the first quarter of the
So
year.
18 and 18 is what I heard.
18, yeah, for real. For real.
And you have 2 girls.
2 girls. They're being really strong. They're just like me, so they're just like, all right, let's try on, mom, and get better. So I'm really grateful for those attitudes. But yeah, it's just been us for a while.
I was gonna ask, is their dad in their life?
No,
Oh.
daddies are not. No, they have separate.
How did
paths.
they handle that?
Their father's not being around.
Yeah, because I feel like this that a lot of times moms think that they can raise their children successfully without the father in the picture.
Oh.
And even like a stepdad necessarily is not even I don't want to say replacement, but a good substitute because
yeah.
it's not you're not necessarily going to get that core effect of who they really are. You know what I mean? Because even
Without
me,
a male figure.
well, not even a male figure without their biological father, because that's a connection. Just like you have a connection with your child because you gave birth to them, you carry them.
Yeah.
The father is the same way because they have their DNA. You know what I mean? So if you have a stepdad, they can raise you and make you into or help you become a productive person in society. But
Yeah.
you're not going to get who you truly are. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to have those ties to your family and to your
So I got a caveat on that part.
I was gonna say there's a caveat, right?
Because I am a child of my dad not being around. That relationship caused animosity towards him. Because as a kid, you want to see your parent. You only see one at a time.
Yeah.
So then I got a stepfather that adopted me. I'm like, okay, cool, things are going to change. And it didn't. But as a kid, nowadays everything's electronic everywhere. As we were growing up, it wasn't. So I'm 40. Just to put it in perspective. So that's growing up in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
Outside was everything.
Heck yeah.
Right. So
Not
you don't,
today.
yeah.
Drinking
But
from the
we
water
don't,
hose.
we don't realize what we're going through at that age because we're so active.
Yep.
Active. So he wasn't there. Okay, I got mad at him, and then I just forgot about him. Stepdad was there, but he wasn't there. So it's one of those things that if the kid's honestly good with it at a young age, it's one of those things that you don't force on them because then they're gonna have animosity. Like I didn't realize I had abandonment issues until a couple of years ago because you start realizing abandoned. Dad not here, abandoned. Stepdad's here and left, abandoned. It's like that mind frame. And so, like my kids, I tell them, build that relationship with who it is. I mean, I'll tell you, we had beef a year ago. I never told my daughter, this one right here, never told her not to keep building that relationship.
Yeah.
I said, that's your relationship. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to force you to stop that. And so I think a lot of kids growing up without a parent can sometimes be okay. Because I wasn't talking to you. No, but that's like the thing. It's like having that role model around is great, but I found my role model in my uncle.
Yeah.
So there's still a role model around.
Yeah.
It's just helping your kids figure out who their role model is for them.
Yeah.
So it's a real big thing on that. I'm sorry.
Well, he touched on something about when we were growing up about being outside, right? You look at kids these days. I remember when I was in Vegas with one of my exes and her kids. We would tell them to go outside. It was almost like a punishment to them. We caught them outside crying because they had to play outside. So my question for you is, my question for you is, do you think that social media, electronics, all this stuff that is going on these days is causing the uprise and all these young children having so much? Because when I was in school, we never really heard people talking about, like kids talking about, oh, I have depression, I have all this stuff. But now, like you'll meet a 10-year-old and they'll be like, oh, it's because I have anxiety or I have depression. When I was 10, I didn't even know that was a thing. But now there's such an uprise in kids these days having that, being diagnosed with that. And I know a lot of that diagnosis stuff is got to do with money, but do you think that social media, the desire to fit in, and all that kind of stuff plays a big part in that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think like it's such a different generation. So I have like this 18-year-old and this 10-year-old, and they're so different. Like I can get the 18-year-old to like go outside. That's definitely not punishment to her. But the younger one, it's like if you gotta give me your tablet, like oh no, here comes a tantrum. But I think like how do you say? Kids are just so easy. They just like soak up all the information and stuff. So if they're constantly on this screen, it's gonna change what we feel was normal, right? It's just everywhere. So
That access to information.
yeah.
It's like
Like the depression stuff. Like I think that's cool. Like you should acknowledge that. I'm sure. I mean, growing up, I remember feeling sad and not being able to talk about it. And so now it's like so easily available for everyone to know about that everyone thinks they're like depressed or whatever. So I don't think that's necessary for children to completely be able to access all of that because they're going to have, there was like a cut trend at one point.
Oh, you said a cut trend?
Yeah, like
what is that?
kids
Oh, like
cutting
cutting themselves.
themselves.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So I don't know. I think it affects them like poorly. I think it's bad news bears.
So, same thing goes to you, Mo? Electronics?
Yes, I have this conversation all the time, honestly. For me, I feel like on top of yours, I look at it from the perspective of comparing yourself with others. Like, I feel like a lot of depression stems from this 10-year-old sees this rich 10-year-old with whatever, living in $1 million house, and they're like, why am I not there? So then they become depressed because it's just society. I mean, it's just like social. I feel like off camera, this 10-year-old is not living in a $10 million house, but like on camera, on Instagram, that's what they see. So I feel like people compare themselves. When we were younger, we didn't have that. So it's like we embraced our no boobs or no butt. Like, but you see on social media, it's like, well, I'm 26. Why don't I have a BBL? Why don't I have highlights? So I feel like social media, for me, I wouldn't say strip it because some people use it for good, but it's so I don't know, it takes such a big part of our lives now because everybody compares themselves. Like, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? And then that puts them in a deep anxiety, depression because they feel like they should do more. Why am I still living with my mom? In my mind, if I could live with my mom for free, I would.
Right.
Like, all I got to do is help out with bills and, you know, cook here and there. I can do that. But it's America or society, that's a bum, like, which it shouldn't be. In other cultures, that's normal.
Yep.
But now social media, if you're not in your own place, owning your own house by the age of 25, you lacking something, which I don't like.
But who's applying that pressure, making you think that, or making people think that? Who's doing it? You think
I
that
think it's just
society's doing that, or you think?
yeah, I think they push it because like you said, we were talking about the powerlifter. You'd rather push someone who is very popular, like socially, and you know, but their numbers are not as good as someone who's, like I said, older and their numbers are hitting, but they're not really popular socially. So they're gonna push this person even though they're not as great as this person. So I feel like in society they're gonna push someone who has the bigger boobs, bigger butt, whatever, rather than someone who's really living their life and they're posting like they're in Dubai or something. But no one's really gonna look at that. They're gonna look at the person with the lip fillers and the $10 million views. So I just feel like it's society pushing it. They rather look at something that's fake or like not really reality than something like someone who's just posting their life.
So now you say that, right? You got girls, both, right? So how do you train their minds, I'm going to say it that way, to not look at it as a comparison?
Oh, yeah. I think that's really important. That's the preventative part about parenting that I find so fun. So for me, I think the way I prepare my girls is to let them know, like, anytime they're in the mirror and they say anything negative, I'm right there like, no, you're beautiful.
Yeah.
There's no real standard. You're the standard for yourself, and you have to be happy with yourself. Love yourself. You look so cute. I mean, I'm up, like,
Yes.
I'm up just gassing them up, you know? So no one could ever break that from them. Because at the end of the day, that's all you got. You got to be happy with yourself. But yeah, that's how I do it. I mean, in everything we do, I remind them of that.
Yeah. For my daughter, she's 4. She does have an iPad. We really bought it for traveling, but you know, sometimes I let her have screen time. To prevent it, even on YouTube Children, they still have some skeptical videos. So it's like,
Oh man.
yes.
Yeah,
So
yeah, at least you can control it a little
Yes.
bit with a 4-year-old. As they get a little older, it's like they're really
it's a
sneaky.
little
with their
hard,
stuff.
yeah. So I wouldn't say there's really any particular preventive measures. Like you said, just speaking positive into them, giving them, for my daughter, she's a toddler, so less screen time. She loves outdoors because I feel like you have to be a role model because I'm outdoors, she's outdoors.
Yeah.
I'm a gym rat. She's like, Mom, let's go lift weights. So I feel like if you're not on your phone scrolling and you're not on YouTube watching baddies or whatever's social, whatever, I don't know what's going on in this world right now. It's horrible. But anyways, if
Shows
you're not
and
doing
titles
that,
like that.
yeah, shows that are fighting in that, then your child, no matter toddler, 14, 18, is looking at that. So I feel like the best preventive measure you can do is to be the role model you want your children to see. So if you don't,
So with that, let me ask you this then. So
Hold on.
with that, let me ask you a question.
yeah,
So I especially hear women say this a lot. They talk about being a role model and they want their daughters to look up to them, right?
Yeah.
They preach to their daughters, love yourself and all this stuff. But then they go out and they go spend 10 grand and get boobs or get butts and stuff like that, right? So what are you actually conveying to your daughter? That the only way that you can look beautiful is if you go and be accepted is if you go get, you know, BBLs and
I 100% agree.
breast
with that.
implants, you know, because
Yeah.
I mean, are you saying that you weren't beautiful before? Like, why did you actually go get it?
Yeah.
You know, because that little girl is going to say now, like you were saying earlier, they're going to say, well, I don't have big boobs. I don't have a big butt.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm not beautiful. My mom's only beautiful. She's beautiful now because she has it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to pay for all this beauty versus accepting for who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of, nowadays, everything is superficial. And I believe personally, and you tell me what you think, I believe personally that people who go get BBLs and breast implants, that's like I'm not gonna say a deep-rooted self-hate, but a lack of self-esteem, a lack of self-love. And so they try to change their outward appearance because they think inwardly negatively of themselves, right? But that only lasts for a short period of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because once the glitz and glamour of having this BBL and all that and boobs or whatever, once that's gone, then the deep-rooted issues that they come back out. You see what I'm saying? And they have to deal with that now. Now you got extra. A lot of times you're not paying for it with cash or paying for it with credit, which is going to be another stressor. You see what I'm saying? Then you got, you got the upkeep. It's not just a one surgery. Like I'm pretty sure you got to go back and get, you got to probably get like an extra pump or something. I don't know what the, I don't know. You got to get all these lip fillers and keep doing it. And then what about when you're 70? And what are you going to go get taken out?
So they're not thinking. So a lot of people, in the way you're saying it is, a lot of people aren't thinking about
long term.
long term. They're thinking of now
To make themselves feel better.
Right.
But I feel like it roots from social media because it's like the ideal woman is a slim, thick, slim BBL woman with puckered lips, like, light skinned, fair skinned woman. No, you're fine.
But I hear from you two right now. What I'm
Sorry.
hearing is kind of your parenting is you guys are raising your kids, your girls, to be confident
Yeah.
in turn. And that's the big thing that we, as society, as you guys know now, is people lack that confidence.
Yeah.
And it's a big thing, and I'm glad you guys said that because
Well, I mean, I think sometimes it's okay, right? Like I used to get Botox. It's preventative measures. Like as you get older, deeper, I smell, like these are open conversations I have with my kids. If my kids are like, "Where are you going, Mom?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to have this Botox appointment." And if they ask why, I'm going to sit down. But I believe I convey that type of confidence as a mother that I can be like, I'm not dependent on this to feel and look beautiful.
But would you say Botox is the equivalent of getting like lip injections? Because isn't Botox just like you said, preventative? It's like kind of like, you said what?
Like tightening your skin.
Yeah, like that's different than going and adding something into that's not natural into you. Like you're adding. I don't even know what lip injections are, but you're obviously injecting something into your lips to make them fuller. Botox is not the same thing, So I think that Botox for me, I think that it's okay. It's you're just trying to make sure that you hold on to your younger lip.
Versus changing like your entire form.
Yeah.
Exactly.
because I'm no idea about Botox, like what it does.
Yeah.
Like I know what it does, but the thing is, like,
It rhymes with detox.
I mean,
so.
because I just think like I think of about a
happen.
tummy tuck or something. A lot of my family members got tummy tucks after having us kids because it makes them feel better. That's confidence. But who am I to like be like you're not going to feel better if you don't have one? If that's how I feel, so like I guess.
see, you're actually making them think
Yeah.
a little more
Yeah.
than what.
What caused you to get your surgery? If you don't mind me asking.
If what?
Your surgery. You said you got a weight loss surgery, right?
Yeah.
What caused you to make that decision?
I think being a single parent and living the quality of life that I wanted, that was like upper middle class, I had to put a lot of energy into just that. Focus on my career and parenthood because I have to be provider, right? Those are the only things I ever lived and breathed for. So I lost myself in that. I would be sitting like 14 hours at the desk and they spoiled me because I'm a good worker. I'm loyal. I do all the good things, right? So like I'm eating, all of a sudden I'm 280.
No way.
But
Yeah. But so it's
Wow.
like so that's what made me want to do it. Not that I needed a shortcut, but I needed a tool. I needed help. That's how I felt about the surgery. I was very open about it too with especially my oldest daughter who's trying to understand, who doesn't have an issue with weight and I do, so it's hard for her. But yeah, I think initially that's what caused it. Like I want to be healthier, live longer with them, be able to skate with them, not embarrass them because I had to deal with that as a fat girl. Like, oh, your mom's fat, whatever. So I just that was, the main reason for my kids, for my health. I didn't tell a lot of people because I felt like, oh, they're gonna be like, oh, you just took a shortcut, easy, whatever. No, it's not easy. Like it's just as hard, if anything, and I've done both. Lost hella weight naturally, and then had the surgery. So
that's what's kind of mind-boggling to me. It's like you lose. They tell you that you got to lose so much weight to get the surgery.
Yeah.
So to me, it's like, why you don't just keep pushing your surgery off, and then you'll eventually reach your goal weight, to get the surgery.
yeah.
Because don't those surgeries come with like a lot of complications and stuff like that as well?
They can. I haven't had any complications with mine. Like, I mean, I have pancreatic cancer. That's not.
I was about to ask. Do you think that might be?
Yeah, it's not a factor. Thankfully, you don't have to deal with that. What you have to deal with are things like GERD, and not being able to process leafy greens, which really sucks. Those come right out. No matter how much you chew, like shit like that, and nutrients. Like if you take care of those things, you're set. Like you're just learning something normal. Like you know, if you grow up a fat kid like I did, you eat everything. But now you're like, oh wait, this is how you eat. Think about portions. It just.
So, so it took you the surgery to have that discipline? Because why
Well,
you
no,
did, you
because
just
I've
had
done
that
it
same.
before. I've done it before.
Okay.
It's in order to have that discipline, you have to focus on yourself. When did I ever have time to focus on myself? Because I'm focused on money and kids. I'm telling you, like, that's all I care about. If they're cool, I'm gonna go take. I was going to the gym, 300 pounds. I was still in the gym, so I was okay. But like, I couldn't. I just didn't have time to sit and do meals and stuff. I had time to like, okay, these are my kids, whatever. Maybe I don't eat while I cook for them, and then I eat at work where they spoil me. It's fast, easy,
Fast food.
right? Hella calories. So I could have, but I definitely don't regret it. Like,
Do you think losing the weight made your mental health better?
I mean, I've always been
She was like,
confident.
I'm feeling myself.
Yeah,
I'm feeling
I mean,
myself.
yeah,
I'm
like
feeling myself.
when it came to love, yes, because that's where I suffered the most.
Like self-love?
I'm talking about like romance,
Oh.
like loving myself while I'm in a relationship. Because I already love myself. I just only question it when I'm in a relationship for some reason. So like I even had confidence when I was bigger. I didn't care. Like I just did what I did. Like this is me. This is who I am. Like you love me or you don't. Like whatever. Having the surgery and then being able to finally like match my outside with the inside, did it change my mental health for the better? Most days. And then you realize like your society's kind of fucked up when you go from hella fat to like really sexy.
Okay. I'm feeling myself.
Yo, I get treated way different.
Yeah,
You know?
100%.
We got, I could, yeah. For
So,
the
I
ones
mean,
watching
you
me.
said you lost.
I was 185 pounds
Don't
last
believe it.
January. I
Don't
will
believe
show
it.
you pictures. Yes, I was 185 pounds, so I'm 135 right now. 140 on a good day. So yeah.
Sure, you look good at 185 too.
Listen,
though.
I have
mean-
4 chins. I was feeding every chin. I was feeding every chin and
Okay, you were
every.
happy. You were happy.
I was so happy. I was like,
It's not. I'm high as hell too, so I'm gonna sit here and just crack jokes.
You guys
no,
ever
you can crack.
struggle?
I'm so
So-
open about it. I'm
Does-
So no. So I'm gonna say because, I mean, sheesh, I understand that part where you're only thinking kids and stuff, and I got a major accident at 17. Mentally fucked up, drinking fists, half gallons all the time, just because of pain and everything, and I bloomed. 350, 360. And I definitely understand where he's come from. Like, can you do it all the way yourself? Yeah, you can get there. But we're also trying to do multiple things. Going to school full time,
life is.
working full times, yeah. And wasn't mentally right from the car accident, major concussion and stuff. And realized that's where I picked all my calories up from drinking. So I dropped some weight. Kind of find out the car accident messed my hips up. I got to lose more weight to have surgery. And I actually take Wegovy shots. So once I got to about
You take a what shot?
Wegovy,
What's that?
it's a weight loss thing. What it actually does is helps your
Suppress your appetite.
suppresses your appetite. It helps kind of, as you said earlier, portion control. It mentally tells you like there's, and I don't know what it is, but it's that little thing that goes to your brain that says you're full.
All right.
So it helps that part. So I started that at
Sending a signal.
the signal. So I started at about 310, taking those shots. You're talking about GERDs. It's
Oh
one
yeah.
of the side effects, bro. That is the worst thing. Waking up, feel like you're just choking.
Yeah, see, that's why I can't do none of that. I just do it naturally.
But
I just
it
work
was
my
such
ass
a
off.
great tool, though, bro.
Yeah,
Like-
it is a tool, especially with the. Well, for me, I struggled emotionally with all the abuse I went through. So like I overate. Like that was my thing. I couldn't learn. There was no one to teach me because I had a single mom for a while until I had a great stepdad. By the way, I wanted to answer that question. So maybe if I remember, I'll circle back to the dad
The
stuff.
father figure.
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I did
So
think
yeah.
that.
I mean,
It's okay.
I don't wish I could go back and do it naturally because nothing really bad happened outside of it. A great tool. But I could have, yeah, I did it before.
Let's circle back. Let's circle back to the dad.
The dad.
You said you had a stepdad.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I had a really so my bio dad wasn't present every day, but he was present like enough to let me know like he loves me, and he struggled with addiction, but was in and out when he was clean. So my stepdad came along, and I love my stepdad. I just spoke to him. He really came in and gave me what I needed, which was structure, discipline, learn hard work, all that stuff. Like, he's my dad for real, and that made a huge difference in my life. I had great uncles. I didn't have any bad situations. So like all the male figures in my life were amazing to me. What I struggled with was I have mommy issues. Okay, like I didn't get the nurturing part.
Do you think
But-
it's because she was a single mom?
Oh yeah, because I know now. What we go through now,
Yeah.
it's like, damn, it's hard to have that energy. Not that we don't do it, but Jesus,
100%,
yeah. So I mean, it didn't stop me from being a good person, but I don't think it heavily affects my daughters because I know or I don't know yet, right? Like we don't know until they're adults, really.
When
I
they
don't
actually
think
start
it's,
telling you the truth.
or yeah, you know, like
Or you just find it out?
my daughter's telling me some stuff now because I'm going through this cancer thing, my oldest one. But the issue was never not to have the dad because I don't be talking shit about the dads. You know, they got to learn on their own. Like, even though we didn't have good relationship, I would never talk shit about their daddies because I laid down with their daddies. So,
That's,
like, I just talk about the good times. Oh, yeah, me and your dad used to do that. He built that, blah, blah, blah. Never talk shit. So, at the end of the day, I give open space for dads to come in and build a relationship. If they don't want to, unfortunately, I have to like do a little extra work as a mom to be there. But they get to decide later, you know, what type of person they believe their parents are.
I mean,
That's how I look at
maturity.
it. That's what I wanted
Hey.
to. That's what I wanted to say.
that's
agree with that
probably the most
100%.
positive way to approach it. I mean,
Yeah, you have
that's
to.
kind of like how my kid's situation was. Well, still kind of going on. You know, like literally, me and their mother split. We were together forever. We split, and then we went through a whole battle. I mean, he's been with me for the whole thing. We went through a whole battle where, you know, in a sense, I'm not gonna speak too much on it, but I'm just gonna say, like, literally, like, she made them feel a certain type of way when they were younger towards me. She kept them from me.
Yeah.
But I will say that I'm grateful that they did have a stepfather that they did love and that they said was good to them.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
grateful for that. But when it comes to our relationship has suffered even to this day. You know, like I'll be in contact with them off and on, but it's suffered because it's like a roller coaster because all the deep rooted things that she and her family implanted into them about
yeah.
me and my family. So I think that approach is probably the best approach
Oh,
because
yeah.
you know you're gonna have your feelings because you guys had an intimate relationship.
Yep.
So the way that you perceive the mom or the dad is gonna be totally different than
The
the
child.
child because they don't have that
Yep.
romantic side of it. You know, they
Yeah.
don't have that part. They're not dating. They don't have to worry about their
Yeah.
cheating and all that other stuff. So when you start putting those emotions into your perception of the other parent, that's just gonna negatively affect the kids because naturally you're the primary caregiver,
Yeah.
so they're gonna go with what you say. They know they're like, okay, well, mom says dad's an asshole, so
Exactly.
or mom says
You're
dad is shit.
implanting
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly.
You don't want to do that. At one point, I love this motherfucker, and I looked at him.
I'm gonna make a baby
Because,
with you.
yeah, you know, I'm about to let you put a baby in me. So,
Yeah.
you know, it is what it is. On the other hand, like dating life and being open about that, we haven't really had they haven't had a stepfather figure, but I'm very picky about it because, you know, I was blessed with a really great stepdad. And I hope that doesn't sound creepy, but, you know, we're just daddy-daughter relationship. And I just told him the other day, I'm talking to an audience, but yeah, I told him the other day, I said, Vince, thank you so much for playing basketball with me, for training me, for watching me at practice, all that stuff, because that helped me build the confidence I needed as an adult to achieve the things I did. So
Shout out to Vince.
yeah, stepdads are cool. They
You
make
played
a huge
basketball?
difference. Yeah, I did. I played basketball for like 10
You had to be
years.
like a point guard.
I was out there like 10 years old doing comps. Winning
Oh, you
all
were
my
10?
comps. No, that's when I started. I played all the way
What's wrong
until
with
my
being
early
young and
20s.
playing basketball? He's like,
I
oh,
thought-
you were 10.
I thought you were saying like she just played when she was 10. I was like, that doesn't really count.
No, I played throughout all the years, and I was out there with the boys. That's when it started, right?
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, had great memories because I was young, athletic, and I had a great support system, including having a father figure. So I don't necessarily think you need your bio. You can still have a great sense of self and identity with the people who choose to parent
In your
you.
life.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Mo. You
Oh,
said
Lord.
when you were you said when you were going through your divorce, or you had just recently got divorced, you said that you didn't want to have your fortunes no more because you're gonna be back on the market, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then you said that you didn't want to be, you're not on the market now. Why?
Yeah. I think when I got divorced, I was more scared of being a single mom. So like when we separated, we were separated for 6 months before we got divorced. Like he moved out, I stayed on base with my daughter. I think I just held off on it because I was like, this is all I know from like in a mom way. Like I've always had him, I've always had someone. He loved me for my body. Like we had issues, but it was never you're too fat, you're like whatever. So
First off, 185 is not fat.
Yeah,
okay?
it's not.
listen for me.
I'm sure she was
Okay,
really
I
sexy,
was
guys.
125 before I had my daughter.
Oh.
I didn't find out I was pregnant till I was already 3 months, first trimester over. So that's how small I was.
I
Like,
know people who are like 4'11 that are 185, and I still wouldn't classify
I
them fat.
know, but in my mind, that's how I felt
For
because
her
I've
and
never
her
been
body.
more than 125, you know?
Yeah.
And I gained 85 pounds when I had her. She was 3 last year, so that's when I started hitting the gym.
How
So,
big was she when she was born?
huh? She was 9.1 pounds.
Okay.
I was
my kids too.
I was
They're really
big.
big.
That girl.
Little baby, she
And my OB made me push her out. So listen,
That's why you do so good at squats. Go ahead.
listen, pelvis floor wide open. Listen, sorry, TMI. As I was.
She's not available right now.
No, not available.
She's self-developing.
That's what I want. That's what I'm getting
Back
at.
to
Why?
that,
Why?
yes.
Why are you not available? What caused that change in your mindset?
Honestly, I feel like fear. Like you said, you're very skeptical,
Oh,
skeptical
yeah.
about
And you
who
got daughter.
who the
Yeah.
who the stepfather is. Dating life, like being a single mom, because I don't want him to meet my daughter so fast. It's like now I'll feel so bad if I'm like, hey, can you watch my daughter so I can go on a date? Hey, can you watch my daughter? So, like I would have to ask someone or her dad to watch her because I wouldn't want him to meet her. And imagine that going on for like 4+ months. I feel like that's so chaotic.
So you plan on being single forever?
Not being single forever, but when
Because I feel like that's just an excuse. Because
I feel like I don't want to look. I've never had dating apps. I lied. I had Bumble. Worst thing ever.
Bumble is the worst.
Worst. No, I heard Tinder was. Tinder
No,
just
Bumble's
was-
the worst
I got banned
because
off Tinder.
women don't like replying, and Bumble requires
You
the
have to reply
guy
first.
has to hit the girl up like her.
No, the girl has to hit the.
No, I'm saying he has to like her, and
For y'all to match,
y'all
but
can't comment until she
Yeah.
says
We
something
have
to
to
you
make the
first.
first
So
move.
you, as a guy, you're over here just
Bumblebee.
like,
See.
because you know we like quantity. So we're
Yeah.
just like.
It's like the
But as
casino.
a degree
Out of-
holder,
out of-
my brain did not register that. So I'm like, all these sexy men and no one wants to talk to me.
Exactly. It's the worst.
I didn't know I was supposed to
Waiting for-
message first. I'm
I've
like,
run into women sometimes that I liked them, and I would not even talk to them because I'm just like, damn, you didn't like me, but now you're all in my face.
Yeah.
And they didn't understand the dynamic. I think that was the stupidest dating app. I hope it got shut down.
Bumble.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I haven't been on in so long.
Really?
Mhm.
I
Oh,
deleted
yeah,
it when one of
years.
my friends like, hey, one of my homies said you matched with him and y'all were talking. I said, no,
Thanks.
delete. This person is mutual.
Oh yeah.
In our gym, who no longer goes to our gym. And he's like, yeah, one of my military friends said, I was like, oh no, delete.
I
But
wish there was a book on dating etiquette at the gym. At the gym.
don't
like,
do it. There's a
well,
book. It's
I
just
know
called
now.
Don't Do It. Like, don't do it. Anywhere at your gym, don't do
Why?
Right.
Why's that?
it.
You don't think you can find love in the gym?
I feel
don't-
like you can, but I'm such a social butterfly. So I tried. Personal life out there, I tried. But because I'm such a social butterfly and I'm an army brat, I was raised by my grandparents. I was never taught to sexualize things. Like, I can have a conversation with you. You're happily with Kayla. Is it okay if I say her name in here? Okay, my bad. You're happy with, Kayla. I would never sexualize our conversation. But in the gym, I tried. the individual, any guy that I talk to, he's like, oh, so you know them? Are y'all talking? Have you ever messed around? Like, I don't sexualize conversations with the opposite
Right.
sex. I don't sexualize conversations with a female. I know how to set my boundaries. So if a guy makes me feel uncomfortable, knowing that I'm talking to another man, then I can like, okay, respectfully cut them off. But just having a conversation, I wouldn't. I don't know if he was insecure or not.
That sounds insecure to me.
Yeah, for
Yeah, so it's like, but I don't, I don't never talk bad about people, but so just in the gym is so intimate, and I'm so social, and I'm a yapper, and I just feel like
Oh, I know
men,
that much.
I was thinking though, I know she talks, but much of this conversation has been one-sided over here.
Yeah, well, because I want her
Sorry,
to, I want her
sorry.
to.
Oh no, you're good on that. 'cause
Half
I'm
the time
like,
in the gym, I spend my time over here looking at her like, you gonna do your set or
Yeah,
what?
I get that all the time.
She spends the
It's the
first hour at the
therapy, right?
gym
It's so
just
good.
walking around, standing in
I'm
one
a
spot.
stay-at-home mom, okay? I talk goo goo gaga all day. So when I go to the gym, that's my social. I'm not a
Adult
partier.
time.
Yeah, sometimes I go out on the weekends. But yeah, back to that. Yeah, so the gym is just so intimate for me. I feel like if I start talking to someone, people just it's like a dick
What?
slinging competition. Like if I talk to this man, then they're like, oh, let me hit my PR real quick, and then you tell now you look stupid as shit.
Yeah.
Because you think I'm trying to talk to this man, and it's like, I don't know. And if we break up, the gym is my safe space. It's my therapy. So it's like, I'm not a confrontational person. So if I go to the gym and you're like looking at me, you're like,
We don't want no problems.
I don't want to. I'm like, listen, we did it. It was fun. It didn't last.
No.
Is this an like personal experience you're talking
Oh,
about?
100%.
Oh, okay.
I heard 100%
All
personal
right.
experience. And I'm just, people call me an asshole because I'm just a person, if we separate or we, like my husband, it's not like I hate you, even though he did me wrong, but it's like, why would I give you the power to make me, to fire up my heart when I know generally I'm a nice person? So it's like, if I break up with someone, I'm just like, oh, what's up, dap them up. And they're looking at me like, we just broke up. I'm like, but we're human. Like, we can't just be friends? No?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not these days. You can't do that these days.
No, as
Nah.
these days,
Yeah,
like,
Nah.
for sure.
'Cause as soon as you dap them back up, they think they're back in now.
yeah, that
Yeah.
too. Or they're like, they want, I feel like, I think it's a beta man thing. They want you to be like, oh no, we broke up. I'm going to be in bed all day. Like, I just ate a Twinkie. I'm ready to go. Let's go. Come on. Like,
All men really like to push boundaries.
huh?
And then I think all men love to push boundaries a little bit just to see like how much are you going to take? Do you like respect yourself or not?
But you know who I blame for that? I hate to say it, is pick me girls. Because someone.
What's a pick me girl?
A pick me female is someone who you teach a man how to treat you. Like if you cheat on me and then I'm like, okay, well, we're breaking up. I'm never going to talk to you again. And then all he has to do is call you baby girl and he's back in your drawers. Like now you're a pick me girl because now you're letting him know that there's females out there or that most females are like that. They're going to be like, you just have to say one little thing and they're back in. And I don't like that because then when y'all finally separate, the next woman he goes to he's gonna feel like she's like that. Like, oh, I can cheat on her and all I gotta say is baby girl or kiss her forehead and she's gonna let me back in. Yeah. And when you don't do that, now they have an issue with you. Like, why can't you be like these other females? Why you gotta like?
I'm not saying I'm out here cheating, but you ever met any females like this? I've never met no female where you can
yes,
cheat
you
on.
have. Why
Yeah,
are you
you-
lying?
Oh, what
We
female?
have
everywhere.
one individual who has a crooked wig.
Okay, no. I'm talking about me personally.
Oh,
Like, I've never met a female that will let me do something. We're not gonna talk about that.
no, we're not gonna talk about
But
that'll go out.
yeah,
that. You can keep that in. They don't know.
but what I'm saying is I've never came across a woman, and he will tell you, when I'm in my single phase,
Yeah.
I'm out there. I'm for the streets. I've never met a female
yeah.
that will let you just wild out on her like that,
Yeah.
and then come back and be like, "Hey, pretty," or "Hey, baby girl," and then you're just back smashing, clapping cheeks.
It's
I've never had a girl like that. I don't want one because obviously she has some low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's what
But-
I'm saying.
Oh.
It's like
But
6%.
I'm just saying, you said that there's girls out there that do that, and I'm just like, I've met a lot of people, and I don't.
There's some that are more obvious than others.
Oh, 100%. It's like they want to
they're
be like,
being
pick
behind-
me,
I
pick
know.
me. And I'm like, no, not
They'll
if you're
do
going to treat me.
anything.
Yeah, not if you're going to treat me like that. Or like, I'm not an open relationship person.
yeah,
I'm not a threesome person. I'm not like, so it's like, pick me's. I feel like if that's not you, but your man wants it and you're scared that he's going to leave you because you don't do that,
it,
so
yeah.
you do it, but now you feel like icky or whatever. For me, that's a pick me because you definitely changed your, what is it?
Like entire aura, like
Yeah, your aura for a man for what? Like if
Yeah.
you say no and he's pushing it, or he's like, well, I'm gonna leave, like then he's not the one. But the fact that you caved into that for me is a pick me because I would never let a man change my heart in a way. When he does, then I know it's not meant for me.
So you don't think that in relationships you change?
No, you 100% change, but it should not change your morals. It should not be, like that's just one example. But like if
Pretty
you're,
much just
It shouldn't
downgrading
make you
yourself,
wanna,
like
like-
Huh? Yeah, you
degrading
sh-
yourself.
Yeah, you should
Yeah.
never degrade yourself. Stand on your morals, stand on your beliefs. If they don't align, that is totally perfect. I'm not a believer of someone. You should never date someone who's exactly like you, but you should never date someone who wants to change you for the worse. For the better, I can see that, but for the worse, I don't
Man,
feel like it's worth it. I mean, I know it's not worth
I
it.
guess
for me.
I got lucky early.
Huh?
Oh yeah, no, you definitely got
I
lucky
got
early.
lucky early.
Yeah, and my mindset of love is definitely from my grandparents. So it's new love. It's like lust. I feel like it's not really love. It's like lust. I don't get my way. Now I'm gonna go do this. For me, my mindset is like old love. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you feel is old love?
Old
Man.
What's
love.
old love look like to you?
Yeah, like that's what
What
I mean.
does
Like, what is
old love look like to me?
Yeah.
Where we
Dang,
at?
that's a deep
Are we in the
question.
park on the bench right now?
That's a deep question.
And we're like
yes.
enjoying the sunset, like, dang, what a good day, babe.
Yes, I'm not a materialistic, so everything now is like I need this bundle of roses that's sparkling. Like I would like that, but I like quantity over quality. Or is that it?
Quality over
Quality over
Whoa.
quantity.
I was about to say, wait a minute.
As I was.
Are you a male?
Quality over quantity. Like if you can give me your time of day, or like you remember my favorite candy is
You
peanut
really
M&Ms.
want to know me.
Yeah, you really want to know me. You're not like just trying to throw roses at me so I can give it up to
Give
you
me a kiss and suck on my
and
face.
call me baby girl. Like
Yeah.
I can care less for that. Like
Right.
if you know something about me that no one would know unless they're really intimate with me, that's the most sexiest thing. And that's when you bring up why I don't want to date is I feel like men don't want to get to know women. They're like, you're sexy, I'm sexy, you know, let's just do this thing. And, it's like, and I'm not like that because then that makes you ugly to me. And then I'm like,
Well, how's a guy supposed
Self-perseverance.
to get Mo if you don't want to talk to nobody?
so
You said you don't sexualize any kind of conversation. So how's a guy even supposed to know that you're interested?
because he can
Well,
come
I
to me
mean,
without sexualizing me.
right,
Like I
we
want a
can tell
guy
you're
to come to
interested.
me. We should be able to be best friends first, and then build something. Like I don't want.
First off, anytime a woman puts a guy in the friend zone, he's never clapping cheeks. He's never getting nothing. That's
But why is that a thing? Like
But-
why can't
So
we?
you don't want to spend the
Hey,
extra
I'm not
time
gonna lie.
with
I'm
us?
gonna be on your side for this
Thank
one.
you.
Bro, it's because everything I'm hearing right now is that they had a good stepdad, right? They are now at the age where they are actually picking because you said quantity earlier of guys
Yeah.
wanting girls, right? And they're looking for quality.
Of course.
So that is the reason why, and I'm feeling
We just can't put ourselves out there.
you're putting yourself out there, but you say you want to know the person. They should get to know you.
Yeah.
Conversation, casual, not sexual at the gym. And you know,
No,
turns
I
out-
totally agree with
So
that.
that's like-
I'm
it's-
saying you can't like people always say we gotta be
But that-
friends first, but the moment that I'll tell you this for a guy, right? Take it from a guy who's been single recently, right?
Yeah.
No shade. He's been married for like
I've been married for a long time.
so,
good. That's
so
so
in
good.
this in this
19
in this era, that's what I'm saying. Like this
Yeah.
dating scene, right? So like as soon as a woman tells you that we're friends,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you're not with your friends, you're not putting out, you're not doing anything like that, right? The interest of him wanting to be with you has literally kind of like just went to somewhere else. It's not he doesn't care about you. Like,
No more
he's literally gonna now if you offer up to have sex, he's gonna take that. But what I'm saying is like if you say, hey, we're just friends, that
But you
he's
don't have to say that. But I'm just saying, like, I just met you in the
Right.
gym. We're talking. We're like, hey, I was about to say a name. Anyways, if I'm like, hey, let's go to a power meet this Friday. We go to the power meet. We're hanging out. We're chilling. From there, we're like, okay, let's go get Chipotle next Saturday. We do that.
so you're saying hang out.
yeah, like
Consistent.
be
Spend
friends.
time together.
We,
But that's
yes,
seems to
consistently.
know.
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
not
Okay.
I'm not gonna verbally say we're just friends because of course that's friend zoning. Of course a man's
That's
gonna
what I
go,
was getting at.
No, but
Okay.
like just acting as not acting because that's fake, but like just living
Spend
as
genuine
friends.
time.
Yeah,
Spend genuine time.
Yeah, and then
Are
you're
you
like,
the type of girl that like enjoys the pursuit of a man, or do you mind pursuing?
I
Or do
would
you
rather have a man pursue me.
Okay, just curious.
But I am a match energy person. Like I don't do tit for tat at all. Like if you treat me a certain way, like that I don't like, I will just let you know and then respectfully just excuse myself.
Yeah.
But if you're like showing me all this love and affection and care, I am a giver, so I will give that times two. But if you're
You'll
just
reciprocate that shit,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like it'll just be
100%,
natural.
100%.
Yeah.
I like that's my love. What is it? My love.
Love language?
Yeah, I don't even think it's on the books. I just love giving. I love like bringing you your favorite candy just randomly, you know. And I love seeing you smile about that. But I would want a guy to do that to me too.
Yeah, you gotta get
So,
there.
yeah.
What does love look like for you?
I was just on the bench with my partner. And the simple things.
Oh, so you have a partner right now?
now? No, she was giving you a scenario.
Yeah,
She was telling you the ambiance of on the bench and the
yeah,
sunset.
that's what
and
love
just
looks like to me. You know, that's what
Oh.
it feels like. You have a peace. You can get through any challenge together. It's not like, yeah, you might have a bad day. Nothing's ever perfect. You fight with your partner, whatever. But for the most part, you guys are on the same page when it comes to the bigger picture. So those little challenges don't feel like
So big.
heavy ass. Yeah, you know, that's what love is
And you
like.
can be
to me.
yourself. Like
And do things
true
together.
love is like if you gotta force it. Like if you gotta wear, I'm not a heels person unless I go out. But if I feel like I gotta wear this sexy outfit every single day to please you, that's not my true self. So for me, I feel like that's not love. But if I could snort
But-
and like
Hold
giggle,
on, 'cause I know some females like to dress up. And
no, I'm saying that's not
and-
me.
Yeah.
So like if I gotta dress up
Gotcha.
every day, like if you're like, oh, why are you wearing your bonnet again? I'm like, I'm in the house, but it's like if I can't be my true self around you,
Yeah, the energy.
So first
Yeah.
day you're wearing the bonnet.
no,
No.
there's no first date.
There's a schematic.
No, my God, no. First date, if you like me for the way I dress like this 24/7, basically. So if you like me for this, that's okay. I do dress up, but it's like, I don't want to dress up every day just to please you. And if that's what you like, then I'm just not the one for you.
Okay.
So,
And you feel like everybody, like every man you run into is looking for something you can't be.
sexual. Every
Yeah.
man that I run into.
That's society.
is-
That's men.
But
that
that should not
is-
be.
Yeah, but if
I
it's
don't want
a
to
man
get into
that
my
really
life.
likes you, you're gonna take it easy. You're gonna take it slow. You're not.
What's
gonna
slow
mind
to
that
you?
shit.
What's slow? Let me ask you that. What's slow
Like
to
you're
you?
not gonna like up in my DMs like, hey, what are you doing like 12 a.m. Like if you really like me.
Yeah, thank you. And then
Maybe,
like,
maybe
and
he's
it's-
on lunch. Maybe he's on his lunch break. Maybe he's working graveyard.
Oh yeah, okay, that's different, right? Like you work knock shift, you hit me up at 2 a.m. I'll answer like, hey, what's up? I'm gonna meet.
So he
in
has
the
to give a
middle.
disclosure. Like I'm working right now. That's why I'm hitting you up at
Yeah,
12.
communicate. I know you like me if you
Communication.
communicate.
Men don't communicate.
Okay,
Oh,
and
hey.
if you're honest with me,
Some
you like
men,
me.
some men.
Let's
And when it
let the games begin.
Yeah, and for me,
Yeah.
I feel like people get so bored because they jump into relationships so sexual. Like for me,
I can agree with
TMI,
that.
I am a sexual person, but I want to be sexual and kinky for my
One
person,
person.
and not off the
Yeah.
bat, because then like if you're kinky, you're like pull out all the cards like
Hell no.
foreplay and all this. Okay, 3 months down the line, now you're cheating on me because you done saw all
can't
my
keep
cards,
up, yeah.
and now you want BBL Kardashian over here, and then you're gonna do your thing for 3 months with her, and then you're gonna go to another person.
There's a lot of fear with dating that we have to
But
think
that's a
about.
catch-22 though, because you could hold out, and then what happens 3 months down the road? He didn't caught feelings, and you're too kinky. You're over here trying to do the thumb and
That's
the button.
Hey, you
highly impossible.
First off, like
Yeah.
they chase, like
Yeah. You
No,
can
that is
jump
not.
it, and
That
you
is
can make-
that is very possible
Okay,
because
but you can-
not every guy is into the
There's
what's it
some
called, the
vanilla
little
dudes. Yeah, we get it.
when you put the little thing in the butt and all that, the butt
butt
plugs.
plug?
They're not.
Okay.
Every dude's not into that.
I understand.
Majority of dudes are not
But
into
that
that.
comes
so
with
glad.
communication. That comes with communication, though. Like,
So now you're just teasing them because now you're telling him stuff that you're into it. Maybe he's into it. You're not
What
going to
if
give it to
we're
him
not
for
even
6
gonna
months.
why are we even
But-
talking like that the first couple months when we're being pursued?
'Cause we're
not talking about
adults.
Sexual. So what's love look like to you? What's it look like when I know you like
When
me?
we're off camera, I can show you exactly. We can walk right outside over here, in the other room, and I can show you.
So
She's
the
over
easiest
there.
way I'll tell you that then, because I've been with my wife for what am I, 19 years, just hit 18 years, so
Yeah,
long
yeah, but
time.
when you look back, like what
When I
was
look
it?
back and I think about it, I think about everything that we've been through. As you guys
Yeah.
were saying, the compromises, the struggles,
The
the
compromise.
ups, the downs, and then seeing where we're at now, and still visioning where we're gonna be.
Yeah.
So like our vision doesn't stop together. That's the thing. So that's love, and the whole thing was about what's old school love,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school love is being okay with your flaws, their flaws,
Mm-hmm.
how they look, help them out. You know, if my wife's self-conscious, fucking just tell me.
Yeah.
I'm sure at the point where I'm like, just fucking tell me. Because sometimes, as you guys said earlier, guys don't communicate. Females don't communicate either. They don't communicate their true feelings.
I feel
Yeah.
like some don't.
A lot don't.
I'm very blunt. I feel like I communicate.
You can be very blunt, but when she gets to that, I'm gonna say
Like
more,
constructively.
more romantic side, when
Oh.
you start getting more romantic with somebody, sometimes you do
Hold back. Yeah,
hold
of course.
back.
I feel like that comes with being scared of the response. So it's like
Right.
telling a man, "Oh, I'm insecure about my stomach." You don't know what their response is gonna be, and it's like,
We've been together 19 years. God damn.
yeah,
Married.
yeah. Well,
Longer
you
than
said
that. 23 almost together.
you said accepting like flaws and ups and downs, but I feel like this generation, when they say that as men and women, I'm not gonna harp on men, but it's like for them it's cheating. Like if I cheat, you should accept my flaw. Like you shouldn't accept me back. Like
That's not a flaw. That's a choice.
yeah, but that's something
So-
but that's their mindset. They're like, well, if you're not going to stay with me for this one incident, then you know we're not meant to be. But it's for me, that's not what love is. Like,
So is, because you said one incident.
Hmm?
What if that was the only incident?
that's what I'm saying. I don't want to be
Like-
contradicting because I
It is hard.
don't like cheating. So it's like, in my mind, if someone cheat on me, I will leave because now you have no value in me. But some people stay and they have a 19 plus year marriage, and it's
No,
like,
it don't make no sense, right?
yeah, and I was
But
like,
it happens
I,
and it can work.
what
It's
could have
hard, huh?
been, but I just left. But it's like, 'cause that's me. I don't want someone who.
Do you
had
think it
eyes-
matters about how long you've been together? Like, obviously, if you've been together like a year or two and they didn't cheat on you, then obviously it's like, okay,
It's
yeah.
not, yeah.
But if you've been together, let's just say you've been together like 10, 15, 20 years, and then somebody cheats, you think that that's a good reason to just walk away from everything? You think so?
I would think so, yes, because after 10 years, you literally just threw 10 years in the trash. Like, after 10 years of ups and downs, and why now decide to cheat? Like, that means you are bored of me. I would never, I will leave because then I feel like you're going to do it again. Because 10 years, you literally thought, before you inserted this woman, you were like, yeah, 10 years of fun. It's whatever. And like, you did the
You think
action.
that they thought that?
100%. There's no way a man is like, my wife of 10 years, I'm gonna cheat on her and then go back to her. Like there's something you thought before you cheated on her.
It's probably build up, right?
Yeah,
Like
of
you
course.
go through stuff and it's like you can communicate, so it's like goes
I feel
deeper
like love
than
is a
just,
gamble. Like there's so much.
Yeah.
I ain't cheating. I just told the
Yeah,
truth.
no.
Talk to me.
Everything revolves around cheating, but it's not
I
just
know.
cheating, but it's just like that's just the main thing because if you don't accept it, there's always that woulda, coulda, shoulda. And if you
Yeah.
do accept it, there's always that woulda, coulda, shoulda. If I would have left him, there could have been like another man that would have treated me so well. So it's like,
Man, I ain't gonna say nothing, but this sound like that conversation with Freeze. Post, man.
Oh, man.
But
That was
that
going to be
kind-
one of my questions I was going to ask you, actually. We're going to talk about that.
what?
Do you think that people in relationships, do you think that they settle or they actually find their true love, like the person who's really for them? I mean, you have cases like Mike here where they've been together for 23 years, got together in high school, and they've been through stuff. But I mean, obviously, they're still. I mean, if you see them together, you would never know that they were that they went through anything. You would think that they were just the
Yeah,
most in
I
love with
ain't
each
never
other.
seen this. It's weird, huh?
Yeah.
People like
You know,
that.
so do you think that people actually find true love, or do you think that people that are in relationships, do you think that they just settle to be like, oh well, you know?
I think we can only hope for what we want.
Yeah,
But both does happen,
I
right?
feel like for me it comes with age. I feel like, because I've had this conversation, I feel like after 30, 35 is not an old age. I'm just saying.
Yeah, chill
Anyone
out
out there
here.
who's 35, I'm just saying, like, for me, I feel like after 35, I will look at my standards mentally and be like, okay, well, I'm 35. I'm still single. I got a daughter who's gotten, or she'll be past her teens. My standards would probably lower a little bit, but I feel like, yeah, with age, I feel like people start to settle because then they're like, I don't want to die alone. Or it's like, what about me? Do I need to change because I've been single for this long? But like right now,
Or maybe it's just that you making a conscious choice, like you're doing right now, not to be in a relationship for no reason.
What do you mean for no reason? Have you seen our generation?
I have seen our generation. There's a lot of great men out there. You
There
guys are just too
is.
busy online sitting there talking about are we dating the same man, bashing men or whatever. You guys,
that page on Facebook, I am not. But that page
Yeah,
on
that's
Facebook,
not us.
You
I
guys
don't
are-
think.
you guys
I
are-
can speak for
that's
both
like
of us.
47-year-olds. I see
Yeah.
people.
no, that's not 47-year-olds.
They be old and their boyfriends be ugly.
No, listen, I'm gonna speak to personal experience, man. I've been on that page.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we conduct our business
Maybe not you,
differently.
maybe not you
Yeah.
too, but I'm just saying women in general. Like, I think that page is the stupidest page ever,
Oh,
because you're
100%.
literally projecting your relationship and you're giving one side of it, and you're making it the centerfold be like the man is the problem, and then you get all well. There is some on there where all the women come in and their stories add up, and it's
Yeah.
like there's all of them saying the same thing, but it's like. Give the man a chance. Like, let him go. Like you said earlier, just let him go. Move on with your life. Like, why do you gotta post him on social media and badmouth him? Like, you make yours to me, and then you hide behind anonymous. Like,
Yeah.
you're not out on there posting it saying like, this is me. I dated him, and this happened. Blah blah blah.
They're
Or
gonna kill me when they're
you know
like,
what I
oh yeah, their initials are FB, you know. I'm like, just post a picture. If you're already gonna tell us his initials, how old he is, where he stays, just post a picture.
yeah, I hate that. I hate that page, and that would never work for guys.
Yeah.
It would never work.
Guys,
Could
like,
you imagine?
guys- oh, I-
Could you imagine? You put up a guy put up a girl and be like, you know, oh
Are you
yeah,
talking to her?
are you talking to her? Like, you know, or it'd be like, they put on there like, oh yeah, I talked to her and you know she cheated on me with my best friend. Every guy who's on there, they're not looking at what y'all problems are. He's gonna be like, all you heard was she cheated on you, so that means she puts out.
Yeah.
And so you're really just you're just helping the guys out.
Yeah.
Whereas with y'all, you guys are destroying dating. Seriously, you're making.
I mean,
this
I
is
don't
wouldn't
look
say
at, like-
destroying, but I feel like they're looking out for each other.
how.
That's how we women come together. You guys look out. You guys
So-
can be like, I couldn't bag that, and then be like, okay, well, I'm gonna try to bag that. We're
We're like, let's stay away from him.
yeah, stay the
because
fuck away from him. Don't give him your puss, okay? Because
Yeah.
he's gonna destroy your life, and he's gonna treat you like shit right afterwards. Like it.
But
comes with-
what did she do?
So, what do you mean?
What do you mean? What we do?
What did she do in that situation? Because it's always two sides to it.
Oh yeah.
That's
of
what
course.
I'm saying. They're putting it up there. They're only telling their side of the story.
Yeah.
They're not telling the whole
There
thing.
are those situations, right? Where it's
Where
like,
what?
like where someone makes the guy look badder than
That's
he actually
all of
is.
them on there. Have you
I
been on the
don't
page?
think- No,
Okay.
but someone. So I was dating someone, and someone
Someone else
else
posted
seen
it.
the guy that I dated on the post, and I was like, "Yo, what the heck? I'm never on that stuff."
Yeah.
So I hit him up. I'm like, "Yo, what is this about?" You know, just very calmly. He's like, "Oh yeah, like just be open with me right
Now,
now."
let me ask a question. Before you got that text or you saw that or whatever, when you were with that guy, were you guys like on good terms? Everything was going good?
Yeah.
And then look what you did. Now you just started a
Well,
whole
we were
argument problem.
exclusive, right? We were exclusive, and then someone was like, "Yo, this happened." I was like, "Oh, found out I wasn't exclusive," so it saved me. You know?
Oh,
That's what you're saying.
Okay.
It was like a
Yeah.
warning.
So, but
Yeah.
yeah.
It's pretty much a warning for others. And
I mean, I guess if it's current, I mean, but I'm
Yeah,
talking about like when they be
some-
talking about people like their exes, like, oh yeah, when they're bash. What I'm talking about is the women who post the guys on there and they're like, oh, this guy, he cheated on me. Like, that's different.
Why'd
Like,
you choose that woman? What made you want to choose her? The one that made you like end up in that situation. Like, how'd you get into that entanglement? What kind of personality did she have?
what are you talking about?
Like, whatever happened in this situation, I'm just curious on your side, like.
Oh,
from
when
the
I got
beginning
posted?
to the end, yeah. If that's what we're
Okay, so
talking
when I got
about.
posted, no, I'm just
You
talking
got
in
posted?
general.
Or in general.
I got-
He said he got
Okay.
I got
Yo.
posted 3 times.
I've been listening to y'all.
Three
And
times.
3 times. Listen,
That's
listen. I'll tell you each one of
wild.
them. The first time I got posted, it was kind of like when I had just moved here, so no one knew me. Like no one knew who I was. I mean, unless you follow me on social media,
Yeah.
but no one really kind of knew who I was. So she posted me to see if anybody ever knew about me. No one else replied. She took the post down. That was the first one. The second one, I really don't remember exactly what happened with that one.
Hey, bro, you got a background check. That's what that is right there.
Basically,
I know,
Receiver,
like,
she
but
put it
like-
on. Hey, just double checking.
You know, because I hear a
because
lot of,
because she I remember that one because literally she told me she posted me, and she said she was like because
She
it
was
was kind of like a compliment to me, but
Yeah.
I felt disrespected because I was like you could just ask me. You
Yeah.
made it seem like I'm a
But
dog.
you're a man, so
Right,
you
but
know they're trying to give us
The
the full
third
truth.
one, I remember the most recent one, which was like 2023. It was actually one of my exes. She posted me and then didn't tell me, and then one of my other exes hit me up and was like, "Hey, someone just posted you on this thing, sent me the screenshot," and I'm just like, so I went to the girl and I told her, I was like, "Look, I was like, somebody posted me on this shit. I didn't care. I was like,
Yeah.
whatever, because I'm looking at the comments and it ain't nothing bad. They're all talking about, pretty much."
yeah.
Some stuff that we ain't gonna talk about. But
But your
it wasn't
ex-
bad, right? And so I tell her, and then she straight up told me, she's like, yeah, I posted you. And I was like, why'd you post? She was like, I just want to see what the community's gonna say about you. I'm like, what kind of guy do you think I am? Like,
Damn.
Community
She really
shower,
threw you
apparently.
under there.
no, and I know a lot of my, not a lot, but I know quite a few of my friends who've been posted on there, and I just,
And
I
to
just think
the-
it's messed up because these guys are good guys, man. And
You know what? To the right person, that won't matter. Because recently, I'm like seeing someone, and it was really messy
Yeah,
in
I
the
called you
beginning.
earlier.
And I had
Jeez.
I had girls like talking to me, texting me, and I'd be like, you know what? I don't give a fuck because he treats me differently.
That's what I'm saying. Every
I feel
situation
like
is different.
he's loyal to me, so I'm gonna be loyal to him. So when you come to me and try to talk about my man because you had a sticky situation, that's your business. That's not my business. I'm happy on this side with
That's
how
what
I'm
I'm
being
saying.
treated.
That's what I'm saying. Like you literally, every situation is different. You're not giving this. Maybe he changed. Maybe he's different now.
Well, sure, yeah. I mean, it could.
But you're literally bad mouthing.
But you don't know. You just got to go for it, right?
I feel like
so
that
you
page
can't stop
should be
it.
for like someone who's just now getting with someone to like when they put the T or whatever, it's like, is there anyone dating this guy currently? I feel like that's what the page should be. Not let me tell
I
you
feel like
about
this
my
society is
can,
just filled with a
'cause,
whole
like,
bunch of
then you
cheaters, man. Like you gotta have a whole website to find out
yeah,
if
so
somebody.
guys can't do
That's
guy
how
shit
bad it
anymore.
is. That's literally how bad this world is right now.
Hey, I'm kind of out of this conversation.
Yeah,
So
I'm
you
sitting
get
over
married,
here.
Yeah, it's-
right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm just sitting over
Yeah,
here
that's
like,
how bad this.
I'm just curious. I guess you
I'm
can.
gonna start one for girls.
I'm pretty sure
it.
there's one out there.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I'm
there
pretty
is.
sure it's not successful. I'm pretty
I'm
sure.
Yeah, it would be a good reference.
That's
It
where it
just
starts
builds that
violence.
roster.
How long?
Yeah.
That's gonna start violence. That's what's
Or
gonna happen.
scoreboard.
Oh, it could.
Because us men we're like the type like so like if we're sleeping together, right? If we're dating territory. That's the word I'm looking for. We're territorial.
yeah.
Yeah. So like if
100%.
if I'm sitting with you, I post you, and then I see one of my homeboys. Now he's over here sliding, clapping cheeks. Now literally, me and him about to box.
Yeah, and then we
Because-
have to pull out some popcorn
But
and
no,
see who
yeah.
wins.
No, but you guys are messy
Who
for
want this
that.
pussy better?
You're messy because you knew that was my boy.
But here's the
True.
question: he knew that was your girl.
That's what I'm saying. Me and him about. Me and him gonna box.
Yeah, that too.
But,
I would never do
I
that,
mean,
but
both of
yeah,
them are at
that
fault.
happens.
Yeah, for sure.
100%.
I
Oh,
just
I
think
hate
that.
when women go after the woman and not the man, and I'm
Oh, yeah.
like, when I see them posting, they're like, oh yeah, F this,
Oh, no,
dun, 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 she
man.
slept with my husband. I'm like, she don't got any obligation to you. Your husband does, so your husband slept with her.
Yeah.
But what if she knew that you guys were together?
Huh? To me personally, I'm not saying, I'm not siding with the side chick. I'm just, why be mad at the side chick when it's your husband who has the vow to you? Like, even if the side chick
Yeah.
knew, that's her. She got to live with that for the rest of her life or
Yes.
sleep with it. But your husband knew too.
So
Or
you
she's
mean to
really
tell me?
awful.
You mean to tell me if your best friend slept with your husband, you're not coming
No,
after her?
I'm gonna be. There's no coming after her. We're no longer best friends. But I hate when women bash on the other woman and not their husband. Like they'll be like, "Who knows so and so? She slept with my husband. Da, 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 I hate her. Da, 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 but you're still with
been
him,
a side chick?
huh?
Have you been side
Hell
chick?
no.
Oh yeah, me either.
I
Would you
barely
ever
want to
be
be
a
the
side-
main chick.
Hey, hold on.
But would the side chick be easier?
Accidentally been a
Huh?
side
Would the side chick be easier?
No, because I want my man to be my man. Like I don't want. No.
For her personally, she couldn't be a side chick.
No, I could not. Like I want.
Territorial.
Or like
Oh,
you don't know.
100%.
if you're
That's
on
what I'm
the
saying.
side.
Like,
100%.
it goes both ways.
Would you be a side chick?
No, hell no.
Why-
But
Hell, because I'm territorial.
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, I'm sleeping with that guy. You know that whole thing that went down with my trainer? Guess what? You're not going to pay me back my $1,600.
There we
I'm about
go.
to post your face. What's up? If you
Yeah.
don't want me to ruin your game, we're going to talk about this. You're going to pay me back.
is a
or we're gonna
situationship
squash
a
it
side
out.
chick?
Is a
I've been
situationship?
in a situationship for a whole year.
Mo?
Yeah, situationships are really.
I mean,
I don't-
okay, so can we just be honest right now?
Yeah.
Technically, you're a side chick right now.
Yeah.
Technically, right now, we're gonna be personal. Technically,
Okay,
you are a
yeah.
side chick.
Okay.
So that's why when you said that, I was just like, you are a side chick.
Yeah. Because of that?
You want to speak on it for real?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Let's
Yes.
do it. Let's do it. Let's get raw here.
Yes.
You, the guy that you were talking to,
100%.
is he
I was a
legally
side
married?
chick. Yes.
So you're a side chick.
Yeah.
Did you know about the marriage?
Yeah.
So you're a side chick. But then you're sitting here saying that
That's
you couldn't
wild.
be a side chick.
Yeah. Okay, but
But
in my
what?
defense,
They're not together?
they're not together.
That's a defense.
That's a lie.
But yeah,
Oh, wait, they're not? They're not
they're
together?
not together in his words.
But they're living in the same
no,
compound.
2 different
Okay.
states. But
Until
like,
she comes to town.
yeah, until she comes in town, then we can't FaceTime or nothing. So yeah, we're not talking no more. But yeah, I can see that. But in my defense, when we first started talking, and he did tell me about his divorce or his marriage, was they hate each other. They're just doing it for benefits.
Oh.
But then I figured out.
Military.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
Oh my God. Okay, got it.
But then
But-
things weren't adding up. They were liking each other on social media and all that. So then that's when I took a step back because like, you told me y'all hate each other. Da da da. I don't hate my ex-husband, but we don't have each other on social media. So that's it. We're not liking each other's posts on social media. So for me, that's when I took a step back. It's like, you gave me one story, but I feel like they're separated, and he just wants a body here because she's not here physically, but while they're working on things or whatever they got going on, he wants someone sexually here, and I didn't like that. So I did feel like a side chick.
You didn't feel like one. You were.
I was a side chick, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So you could
But
be a
the-
side
So
chick.
you're just living your life having fun, man.
Huh?
Oh my God.
Oh, see, now you're justified.
No, I
Yeah.
don't like that. I felt so icky, so that's why we don't talk no more. And then
Good for you.
but
You're worth more than that anyway.
100%. But the situation shift for the year,
Just depends
I was
on
just
how
living
you
my
want to be
life.
treated, though.
Huh?
Like,
Oh,
you
this
know
is
what I'm
right
saying?
after you
Like,
got
when
married?
we go through, like,
I
fun
felt like
stuff.
No.
I felt
He's
like
not
he
divo-
was
he's
just
not
being
divorced.
No.
100%.
Oh.
Yeah.
Was this right
Yeah,
after
we've
you
all
got
been in
divorced?
that, especially
Huh?
after divorce.
Was this right after you got divorced?
What? Which one?
Your
So
situation.
these were two different
Oh, shit.
situations. Yeah.
Two.
Wait, two. I know one.
Hey.
No, you don't.
I like
The
this.
situationship
Hey.
for a
Yeah.
year
Hey, look at it.
Interesting.
was something different than my last debacle that happened for 3 months.
Okay, so now I do know. Okay, I know you're
Yeah,
talking
so
about
my
now.
situation for a year, that was right after I got divorced, like literally right after, and I wasn't looking for nothing serious. He was
That's
in
a
the
fun
same
time.
boat as me, like has a child, got divorced, like, so we were just kind of like, every weekend we were out, but he was also doing his own thing. I wasn't doing anything, but I wasn't like, no, you can't sleep around, because it was just friends with benefits. But that lasted for a year. Actually, no arguments, yeah.
Do you think that because these two people go to your gym,
Yeah.
do you think that's why you can't find a man in the gym?
No.
Because
You
people
got
notice.
such gems, bro.
Because
What
people
the hell?
know. No, seriously.
No, girl, listen.
Because
You're
because they know that you.
You got entangled.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
She did.
Was
She was
it?
an entanglement.
Oh, she's learning, guys.
Well,
But no,
yeah, one of
okay.
them doesn't go there no more.
Listen.
But my question for you is this. So, because as guys, we talk just like women talk, right?
Yeah.
So we know, if I know, like, let's just say I'm a single guy, I know that, Joe and Eddie then clap cheeks.
Yeah.
I'm not taking you serious because now I know that you're just out here for the streets.
Okay,
You see
that's
I'm
what
saying?
we're trying to
But
prevent.
hold on. So it's gonna be hard. Do you think that's gonna make it harder for you to get a man in the gym? Like,
No.
do you want a guy from the gym?
No.
You don't want a guy who goes to the gym at all?
No.
So you want a fat
Not
boy?
my gym.
What?
Not my gym.
Okay, there we
Oh.
go.
I don't want a guy that
Like,
goes to my gym.
She wants separation.
Yeah, like I don't
It goes
want.
back to she wants to get to know each other.
But
not
even then, like
incest.
the guy that I was talking to that is married still, I told him about my situationship. It didn't change anything with us, but it's like I'm open about it. So even if I was dating a guy from our gym, and they asked, they're like, "Oh, I also heard that you and so were messing around." Yeah, I'll tell them about my situation.
You don't think that you telling the situationship or the debacle about hold on, you don't think that you telling the debacle about the situationship affected your debacle?
No, it did because he literally will bring up a person. He will be like, "Let's do this," and okay, listen. I'm sorry, Dave, if you're watching this. We used to do certain things. Me and the situationship used to do certain things in the gym, whatever, in the parking lot. So the debacle, me being a blunt, open person, I'm telling him, yeah, me and the situationship used to do this, and he's like, let's go do this, and I'm like, and I'm
See what I'm
like,
saying?
and I'm like, no, I don't want to. He'd be like, but so I'm not good, but the situationship was. I'm like.
See, well, that's
But
exactly
I
what I'm
wasn't trying
saying
to be
to
in
you.
a situationship with a debacle. I was literally trying to be in a relationship. So when I was like,
This is part of self-development.
Yeah,
is the
self-development.
ego
Last
boosting
year,
stage,
I was like-
men fighting over you a little bit feels real
I was
nice.
185
Yeah.
pounds and I
Be
lost
careful.
So now
that.
that you're 130 and men are fighting
And
over
now
it's
last
great.
year when
Now
I was
she's a
130,
problem.
yeah. My
Yeah, you
situation-
are a problem in the gym for sure.
Huh?
You're a problem in the gym for sure. I guess in the parking lot too.
Yeah, Dave, don't watch those cameras. I'm just letting you know. But anyways, yeah. So my debacle brought that up, and he
That's my
basically
invitation.
was.
Okay?
He was like, "Why is your situationship worthy of doing that and not us?" And I'm like, "Because me and the situationship we were just messing around, and I wanted a relationship with my last previous debacle." So yeah.
So let me ask you a question about that then. You said that the situationship got the fun freaky in the parking lot, backseat, high school type love from
Yeah.
you, but the debacle was getting the.
But that's not love. That was lust.
Well,
And with my debacle, I didn't want lust. I wanted, not even
but
love.
that's what I'm
like-
saying. You're giving him this little tight little box of you guys can just be, let's just say, in the bed, but the situationship, y'all could be in the park, in the fucking kitchen,
Yeah.
wherever. Is that fair?
Why isn't it? Why
I
does
have
my
a
why does
question.
me and a
I have a
debacle's
question.
relationship have to be based on my sexual activity? Like I was showing him
Because as men, we're sexual people.
okay, and
You're
I
not
just-
gonna
how
keep
do you
a
tell
man.
the difference?
You're not gonna.
Do you-
You're not keeping a man if you don't sexually satisfy. You talking some cheating. You're talking about some cheating. If you're not, but you're putting him on a.
So
But why would I give him? Why would I give him all my body and all my cards if he doesn't want to put a label on us, or he doesn't?
But you
want to
gave
put
him the cards by telling him that you did all this in the car.
Okay,
You shouldn't have
but-
told him.
Why not? That was my situationship. I had no feelings for that person.
But
with the debacle, I do, and it's not only that. I
Man,
feel like
this is,
I would have been willing to give it all, but you're married, so why would I give a married man my all?
you already did when you let him clap cheeks. That's
no,
your all.
but
No.
but then.
Do you
Oh
think
my
we're
gosh.
only worth our pussy?
Okay, well,
That's how I
do you
felt
really
with the
want to know the
debacle.
truth?
Yeah, let's do it.
I
we're
mean,
here.
most of your worth comes from your beauty, you know. So, and for men, the main thing that we want is sex. So, once you give us that, we've got everything we
This
really
is
want
very
from you.
good perspective.
But
I'm
then
being
men,
serious.
y'all
Yeah.
don't put in the
No.
work at all.
That's not our fault.
this is the single talk here. Let me just back
Yeah,
up.
this is what.
Well, I
This
guess,
is this
you
this
know,
it's
what-
it's not. You say we don't put in the work. If we don't put in the work and you still let us clap cheeks, or let us have sex
No,
with you,
I'm talking about if you don't. Like, if a woman's like, no, I don't want to give you that because.
and then what happens? The guy walks away.
Yeah,
Okay, good. Let him go.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it's like men.
But you told him everything about.
This is so personal right
You
now.
told him.
because we know that.
I know.
There's
Okay,
still questions
you're
up in
outside.
the
And
chamber.
look at, because we outside right now looking in.
But I'm
Let
just
y'all
saying.
know
So
that.
you told him everything about what he could get from you.
Yeah.
And you told him that somebody else got it.
Yeah,
And then now you're with him,
yeah.
right? And you're telling him, no, you don't get all that. So his question to you was justified. So why is he not worth
No, it
it?
was not.
How not?
Because my situationship was worth it because we were just messing around. We had we had an understanding of what we were. So he got
Like,
the
kept the
mode.
key.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you
literally.
tell him at any point the debacle? Did you tell him at any point like, yeah, so later on in 2 weeks you can get this?
No, I never gave him a time frame, but I said if we were ever, I don't want to say what I said, but I don't know what I said, but like in the rounds of like you need a divorce first. Like you can't just have your cake and eat it too. You can't have a wife and then still expect.
But are
the
you sleeping with
full-
him?
Huh?
Are you sleeping with him?
Oh, 100%. Not
That's
anymore.
what I'm saying. How can you, no, not
Not
now.
anymore.
I'm talking about at this time.
Yeah, when I told
you're
him.
telling him that you had sex with this other man and you did all these things for him, and now you're sleeping with this guy.
Yeah.
And you're hiding behind that I can't give him everything sexually because
But
you're
they're
married.
two separate scenarios.
They're not two
Yes,
separate.
They are.
Not to the guy.
Not
They're
to
not.
the man, we understand, but for our perspective, right? So, but does it still excuse the behavior of a man who's not being honest, right? Like, even if we choose to let you hit, like, there should still be a mutual agreement of honesty. So
No, I get
whatever's
that, but
happening
what I'm
with the
trying to talk about her
debacle-
is that you're telling him
I was
that's
in
like
there.
that's like you putting a cake on the counter, and you saying, okay, well, here's the cake for you, but I'm just gonna give you this fucking Twinkie.
Nah, I offered the cake and I said you can get this cake when you get a divorce and you want to.
But you're already giving him
No,
part
I
of
give
the
him
cake.
the
You're getting-
slither. He wants the whole fucking
so you're
cake.
trying to convince him to get a divorce.
And that's what he told me. He was like, "Well, why don't you just say you love me enough and tell me to get a
Man.
divorce? I could be with you. I don't want to. I
I
don't
need
want
to
to
go
tell
to
you
this
that.
gym.
I
Just-
want
I just
you
wanna
to do
put the
that for
pieces together
yourself,
now.
and I don't want to tell you that because if we don't work out, I
Right.
don't want you to be like, oh, I got a divorce for you. I don't want that hanging over my head.
I'm just
So
trying to
don't-
understand your logic of why you were sleeping
Well-
with him if you weren't going to go
Because my
all the way.
situation
That's like
was
this.
just fun, and I wasn't.
So it
just
wasn't
trying-
fun sleeping with him.
No, listen, my situationship was just for fun and giggles, but with my debacle, I actually wanted something.
Okay, I get that. So
So you think I
that's
should've just
your
never
approach.
told him about it?
Your approach.
but-
You think I should never?
That's what I'm telling you. You either should have never told him about it,
know.
or you should have never slept with him.
Yes.
Right. So the moment that you start sleeping with him, you can't. That's like going when girls do
just
this.
a
They
young
go,
No, but you
They-
know what the
Guys.
a-hole move is? When I told
She's
him this
just
and he got
learning.
mad.
She will get to our level soon.
Listen, what the a-hole move was is he approached me at the gym. We went out, we slept together, and then the day before his wife came is when he told me he was married. Now what I messed up was still sleeping with him and being what I guess friends with benefits after he told me he was married. But literally, I called him an asshole because we went on dates. He made me seem like he was interested. We were gonna be something, and then he was like,
That part.
he was like, Mo, I have so much. Excuse me. He was like, Mo, I have so much respect for you. I just want to let you know I'm married. She's coming in tomorrow for a week.
I don't know how
Yeah.
much respect that is, but sorry.
So that's why, like, it's not like I went into it knowing he was married, and then
That's not my point. My point is this: no matter if he's married or not, you're saying that you didn't give him everything, right?
Yeah.
Because you wanted a relationship with him, right?
Yeah,
So why even give him anything at all, like sexually?
that's right. I shouldn't have.
That's my point to you. Is that you were
But
messed
you were
up.
saying that I should have also gave him the freaknik. When
Yes.
I get,
Once you open
I
the
should
Pandora's
not
box.
have. It's not
There's so many
obligated.
bullet points.
Yeah, I'm
that
sitting here, I'm
listing
like,
right now.
No,
for both of them.
It's not
I'm
obligated.
I'm
Just
trying. It's not about obligated, but you're the messed up part on your end was literally telling him, like, oh yeah, I'm over here sloppy toppy and bro over here.
Oh my god.
But you,
Yeah, well, you should.
but
you should.
but you're not even. You're
should've
just
never owned
getting.
him.
You're just
No, it's
getting.
okay.
You're just getting old born missionary.
Okay, here you go.
but I mean that.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That the moment you told him all that stuff, and then you told him like, yeah, but I'm going back to his question to you that you said was
Yeah,
it was
that's
not
why.
valid. His question is valid. Like, why is he better?
Yeah.
I mean, your answer is a little bit valid. Of oh well, he
I
won't
had more
marry.
fun with him.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what you're
he wasn't
saying.
married. Yeah, he wasn't married.
He-
Like we were. I didn't feel.
But then my next question to you is then why even sleep with him in the beginning?
Yeah, that's what. Well, yeah,
But-
you're right. I shouldn't. After you told me he was
Because
married, I
that
should've
sounds like a
stopped
whole
talking
bunch of therapy needed for both of you guys. Because
Well, them for him.
huh?
Why so for him? Because to him, it would seem like to me that he doesn't care enough about her just to be like, no.
He told her he was married
Now
the day before
hey,
she came.
So that's
Fuck that.
caring.
Hey,
But
from
we care different.
Mary's
because-
side?
I was just
hey, from the Mary side, he didn't respect either one. I'm gonna say
No,
that.
no, I
So-
totally agree. I'm not defending him
And
at all.
like-
I'm
like
just
her
saying.
No, I'm-
her phrase of saying that didn't give him everything because now he has to earn the respect part is what I got from it, and saying that they're getting divorced and saying and doing are two different things.
That's what I said. Like, there's no
and,
papers.
and so the fling thing over here, he gets everything because we know ain't shit gonna happen there.
Yeah,
I totally understand all that.
But-
But I'm saying, why did you tell him?
that's what I should have done.
Why did you
Because
ever
he was
tell
always
him?
I felt like he's insecure. He was always asking questions. Am I your best? Da 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 da. So
But-
then I'm
I
asking.
mean, we probably think like the best of people too, and we.
So you pulled the liar, liar.
Honestly,
Yes,
but
I'm
you
Hey.
So you pulled the liar, liar. You said I've had better.
Yeah, literally, but I'm so blunt and honest. And so he was like, what's the most, I think the conversation was, what's the most spontaneous thing you've done, like, sexually? And so, then I'm over here
So you
blabbing
need to
my
give all
mouth.
that context.
Let me get out of my book.
You didn't give all
You
this
don't know that
context
people
before.
are
You just
Okay, well,
said
because I didn't want to,
But-
I didn't know where the conversation was going to go. I didn't know
you
if it was
just
gonna
said
be
that you literally told him that you was clapping cheeks in the car in the
Well,
parking
because I
lot.
didn't just up and say it.
First
like, he
off,
just
we
kept
can
asking.
address that.
Huh?
Was this before the gym or after?
Hey,
What?
hey, look, I'm looking like, hey, you feel safe?
Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind. I'm
Yeah,
open,
but,
but
I mean-
what do you mean? Is this before the gym?
It was just a joke.
Oh, okay.
Before the gym or after the gym, because
Listen,
that's
it's a little bit in
big.
between.
But I mean,
Oh man,
You gotta take a break. Listen,
Pre-workout
Jesus
right now.
Christ. I know.
I mean,
I never had a love story like that, but it does.
Yeah,
sound
I'm
fun.
saying, like-
It was fun. It was literally just
Yo,
a year of fun.
I can't tell the difference sometimes. Lust and love or whatever. When it feels good in the beginning, it feels good. I go all for it. I'm like, all right, it's gonna either crash
See, I
and burn or
knew
it's gonna
it
be
was
really good.
lust.
Lust is
I wanted to ask you a question about something you said earlier. Earlier you said that when you're in a relationship, you struggle with loving yourself. Why?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I think I get to a point of like, I'm intertwined with like this union and my individuality, right? And at some point, I don't get all of this, like, I mean, not that I need attention for validation, but it's nice, little hand clap, pat on the back. Now I'm reliant on you to fill this cup that is usually filled so easily daily, and that's hard. You're intimate with someone, you're not gonna like me every day, right? So I start to depend on you to like, I think naturally
you.
it happens to boost my confidence in the morning, let me know I'm pretty and stuff. And I feel like there's benefits for you that come with that. Like, you tell me I'm pretty, I'm gonna suck your dick or something,
100%.
So yeah,
I like that
so
logic.
So I do struggle with that sometimes. It's like, oh dang, he does think I'm boring.
Yeah.
Like, damn, what the fuck? How do I spice it up? Like, we live to serve you, as corny as it sounds, and
To
you know,
please your-
vice versa.
yeah.
I hope it's reciprocated. Like,
Yeah,
within
100%.
love,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
I mean, it does.
So
I just think that
I forgot what the question was. Sorry, I'm high.
you said that earlier in the conversation you said that you struggle to find or
Oh.
to love yourself when you're in relationships.
Yeah.
And so I was asking you, why do you think that is? Is it because of your
That usually
partner?
happens. Oh, because me. I take full responsibility, right? Because really no one can make you happy but yourself.
Yeah.
But it is very nice. I get a whole new boost of confidence when I'm in love. Like, I can do anything, right? It just makes it worth it more. It's like cherry on top of the cake. Like, I don't know. Like, that's love. Like, confettis. So
So pretty much that you're pouring so much energy into
Yeah.
that person.
when you're doing life together, why
The
wouldn't you want to, right?
small things
Am I
helps
tripping?
build that energy back.
Yeah, I'm just trying to feel like of course I'm gonna feel bad about myself, and then when I do, I be in the dumps too. I can't please my man. Like, the meal's not working, the massage is not working. He's tripping about something. He feels like he's being unheard. Like, I get into extra mushy mode, and then sometimes that don't even work because then you're like, what happened to this independent queen? She's all mushy and falling apart depending on me to fill her cup, and it's like, you gotta understand each other's dynamics, so those don't happen as often. Anyways, I was going through something this morning.
Well, as we get ready to close it up, I know, Mo, you said you had a couple questions for us.
I do. My
Oh.
phone is over there though.
Oh.
Oh, it's dead.
No, it's charged.
Oh,
Can I
yeah,
have my
sorry,
phone?
forgot.
Yeah.
Do you have while she's doing that? Do you have one for us?
Oh,
Yeah, I think my question for you guys, as men, married, and recently out of the single game, it's like, what does love look like for you guys? You know,
You want to take this one on me?
oh
though?
man.
like what made the woman you're with different from everyone else? I
Well,
love that perspective from men.
So I'll say I've daughter young, so I had a daughter at a young age, 16. So I missed all the fun age, I guess you would say, growing up. And then my wife, we got together. My daughter was 2. So just from there, the love that she poured into a child that's not hers was a thing. And I'll say it, as y'all said earlier, guy. I didn't get the chance to go out and party. Went out and party. And stupid shit, straight up. Dumb shit I shouldn't have done. But she was able to accept my apology through my actions. So that is where I say love is, like the ups and downs. I could only say so much, but actually doing those things proved that whatever I did wrong, that won't happen again, or won't, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was, like young and dumb, growing together. That's why I say our future never stops, because we just keep looking further ahead. So that's love to me. Mr. Newly finding.
What does love look
maybe
like for me?
something like that.
What does love look like for me? Oh man, what does love look like for Herc? That's a tough question. No, actually, it's not. So for me, I'll just say basically it's unconditional, it's unchanging. Meaning like I can't be with somebody, and she doesn't do that. I can't be with somebody who's trying to change me, supports who I am when I don't want to support myself. Meaning like, I'll just give you an example. Like everybody knows I bowl on Fridays, right? A lot of times where sometimes I don't even want to go bowling and I'm not even thinking about it. But she knows that I bowl for my mental health. I bowl for my peace. I go there. It's peaceful for me.
Yeah.
I found that peace back on. I'll never forget the day, April 9th, 2022. I found that peace. I was battling with the loss of my stepdaughter, and that was peace. Gave me peace. It was on one day a week that I can go and do something and get out the house and enjoy enjoy it, and I don't have to deal with drama. We did deal with a couple, shootouts and stuff, but
And he was there. I was gone.
but it was very peaceful for me, and so I just stuck with it. And she understand that from the gate. I literally told her that, and she literally would tell me, like, sometimes I come home from work and I'm about to sleep. Be about to sleep. And she's like, "Oh, you better get up. It's almost 8:45. You gotta leave." And it's never a question. It's never trying to come in between. A lot of women sometimes, like I've dealt with this in the past, where everybody, you think of me, like, I mean, even with this podcast, people ask me, say, "Oh, what's the podcast gonna be about?" I was like, "You know me. What do you think it's gonna be about?" The first thing they say is what? Fitness, right? No. See, you know me. You know me
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna say mental
But the
health.
people who've known me for years, they know me as the fitness person, right? So they think that I'm just gonna be on here talking about bench presses and squatting, right? And so I'm like, no, and so, but even with that, like I've been with women before where they know that, and then they'll be okay with it, and they know like, oh, when I go to the gym, I'm not in the gym I'm not one of these freaking stairmaster kale eating people. I go to the gym and I lift. I'm there for 3 hours at least. So they understand that. But in the past, they'll be cool with it at first, and then they'll be like, oh, can you skip the gym for this to go with me do this? And then it kind of becomes one of those things where it's like, okay, the first time it's cool. Then when I start realizing that you're just doing that, because you want your time and you're being selfish, but you already knew who I was. You know what I mean? So then the relationship's not going to work. With how it is now, I don't have to deal with that. If I say, hey, I'm going to the gym, or hey, I'm going to the bowling alley, I don't get. The worst thing to be in a relationship.
Tell me.
And it happened to you. No,
I know, right?
Seriously, yeah. I need to so you guys understand this. The worst thing when you're in a relationship and let's just say you're doing the thing that you love, your peaceful thing, right? Is to have your significant other texting you the whole freaking time, ask you where you at, what time you coming home, what are you doing? That is the worst, right? I don't have to deal with that unless it's a dire emergency. My phone don't ring from her. From other people, because I have clients and stuff, that's different. Even with you guys, I just ignore you guys until until I leave. But I think for me, it's just total support. All the other stuff, total support and loyalty and faithfulness. That's it. That's love for me, because tell me you love me, I don't care about that. 90% of the time when somebody tell you they love you, they're gonna break your heart.
How do you know?
How do you know what?
Like, how do you know when they're loyal? Are you putting...
They're loyal?
Yeah, like, how do you...
When they got your back against it, no matter
like,
what.
how far do you take them to realize, like, this is the person for me?
What does it take?
The unconditional love.
What does it take to notice that?
Yeah.
Because people could be loyal in plain sight, but behind closed doors.
Oh man, that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. No.
How do I know that they're loyal to me? I think for me, it's like whenever no matter what we go through, no matter what happens, they stay the same. They always, no matter let's just say for instance, like me and my brother here, let's just say we're having a debate or we're having a bumping heads, right? That person has my back, even in the midst of me being wrong. And I'm not talking about me having my back just saying like, hey, screw Mike, I'm with Team Herc. I'm saying having my back to where they say, hey, Herc, you need to go apologize. That's sometimes having your back, telling when you're wrong. A lot of people think that loyalty and having your back is just always patting you on the shoulder and saying, hey, yeah, I'm with you, fuck him. Yeah. Like for instance, like I give you an example, a more personal example. Like he spoke on earlier, we spent a couple months where we're brothers, so we're gonna always come back together. But we spent a couple months, and brothers fight, and we had a little situation where we weren't really speaking. And
We'll say, hey, honestly, it was almost a year.
Yeah, and during that time, one of my other friends, close friends that I now call my brother, because of their loyalty to me, and wanted me to be, loyal to who I am, they told me, they was like, hey, look, you need to go talk to him. Don't let that relationship just kind of like wither away. Like you guys been rocking for 20 years pretty much almost, or however long it's been. Y'all been rocking too long for you to just let it go, right? So even though it took a year or whatever it was for us to come back together, I could never let go because I have people around me who are being real with me, telling me like, hey, some relationships, some friendships, they take time, but you can't let go of those because there's a reason why God brought you together. But my point is, you gotta have somebody can tell you that you're wrong, and and risk losing you because they tell you they're wrong, they're for you.
Yep.
Most people want to pat you on the back and be like, and hype you up and be like, oh yeah, Bonita, you're right. Fuck Herc, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
But really, truthfully, Herc was telling you the right thing or doing the right thing, and you were in the wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Most people won't do that though. They'll just be like, oh yeah, come on, let's go, Bonita, fuck him.
I have
You
a
know?
side note for
Sure.
that.
And
Really care.
we had the conversation, and it was a tough conversation, but and as the time he was going through his thing, and the conversation was just about the ability to reflect on actions was the biggest thing, and I will say she helped him realize that. That's a good thing because I was at the point where we've been through a lot, he told you. Got to the point where I'm like, I'm putting so much energy into this guy, and he's not able to realize that. And I do say that is a huge thing to find out about loyalty. Like you saying, she told him, "You're fucking up," and I'm sitting over there like, man, all right. It's a long time just gone, like y'all said. Marriage, friendship. Like, okay. So I think that is like me seeing the sign of loyalty that she shows towards him is a big thing.
I'm gonna say something about what he said, just because we're about to close this up,
Yeah.
and I want this podcast to be authentic and real. I will say this too. In that conversation with him, I told him at the beginning, when people argue and fight, you have your mixed, your sides, and you're like, oh, screw him or screw. In the beginning, it was like that. It was like, I was pissed off. But then I told him, I said, I'm grateful that he did what he did, because if he never did what he did, I would never be where I'm at right now. I would still be, for lack of better words, I would be on a downward spiral, sleeping on his couch, when I've never been. I don't have to be that guy. You know what I mean? I have a lot of potential, and I knew I had that potential, but I was dealing with some stuff in my life. And him and his wife were they were very understanding of that, and that's why they were supportive of it. But even as somebody who's had people live with me, it comes to a point in time where it's like, if you don't see, I'll just keep it plain to you this way. Sometimes you have to do tough love to show real love. You know what I mean? Because some people think that love is just coddling, just like, oh yeah, you can stay here and make sure you're good. That lasts for a moment. But what are you going to do for yourself? And I think that even without him saying it or her saying it or anybody ever saying it, like I told him, I feel like God used him in that moment to say, you know what, this is the end right here. Right? It for the moment, for a year, it hurt our relationship. But if we never told you that, would you know that ever happened? You see what I'm saying? So it didn't really hurt it. It actually helped it, because now I can stand next to my brother as an equal versus standing as a burden or like somebody who he has to constantly lift up. You know what I'm saying? Now we can go do things, and we can have conversations on the same level. You know
But
what I mean?
I feel like it has to be wanted from both sides. Like him helping you, if you didn't want that help and you didn't accept that help, you're just like,
That was the tough love part.
yeah. So I feel like you have to want to be better, not. And
But see, that's the thing too. Touching on that situation, not to cut you off, you're right, because I wanted the help, and I would talk about it.
Yeah.
But because of the comfort that him and his wife provided for me, it was kind of hard for me to see how bad my situation really was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because to know that okay, I'll give you some examples because I don't care, right? So to know that you got a retirement check coming in, you got a job, your bills are paid, you got food to eat, you got somewhere to sleep, you got a family around you that loves you. How bad does it really seem to you?
Not
right?
bad.
But him and her knowing my situation, knowing what before the situation that happened, before that, knowing where I was at up here, and then now to see me down here, and they know my potential is to be way the fuck up here, but I'm just hanging out down here because I'm comfortable.
You just got complacent.
Yeah, and they had to.
It could be worse.
Yeah, And so we would have conversations. They would tell me, and we'd talk, and like they'll be real with me and tell me like, hey, blah blah blah. We'll talk, and I had every desire to want to do better, but it wasn't until he forced me to do better, which is meaning you got to get the fuck out and figure it out. And that's why I said I think that I'm grateful for that, because if he never done that, I wouldn't have this. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have the life that I have now. And I want to be able to, I wouldn't even be able to have this conversation with you guys right now, because back then, all I did was smoke weed. Seriously, I'm serious. Smoke weed, go bowling.
Yeah.
I was for the streets. I'm being dead serious. I was literally for the streets. He would tell you there would be nights where I was bad. There would be nights where sometimes where I'd come home the next morning. I'll give you perfect. There would be nights where we'd be sitting in the garage smoking about 4 blunts, and then I'd get a text, and I'd be like, "Hey man, I'm about to be out." First couple times they would say something to me. They would say something, but then it's like, this dude 35, 36 years old. He's a grown man, right? And then I would leave. Mind you, I barely know anybody here. I just moved here. I'd leave at like 10 o'clock at night. I'd come back the next day high and drunk at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
That's why he was on that page.
Probably, but I'm being open and telling you this, that sometimes I think a lot of times we want people to coddle us, and we think that that's the only kind of love that there is. Real love and real loyalty is really sometimes comes in a tough way. And people don't want to see that. They think that as soon as somebody be tough on them, they think, oh, they don't care about me. They think all negative thoughts. But really, I like to say this all the time. I like to say, as long as your past door is open, God's not going to open another door for you. You got to shut that door. And that's what he did. He shut the door on me depending, I won't even say dependent, me being coddled by them, right? He shut that door, so now other doors, blessings could come. Because literally, shortly after that, it literally took probably I'd say 3-4 months.
Yeah.
And then everything started to decline like this. But God took everything. He took the raggedy car I had.
He found a different type of support system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it broadened that support system for him. That's the big thing.
That's family.
What was your question? Sorry.
My questions that I have for you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
I mean,
I have
really
so many
for him.
questions that are brought up, just from y'all talking, but
That's the thing.
yeah. Okay. My first one was, why do you think the upcoming generation lacks communication and thrives to be in a broken relationship, and they don't want to put in the work?
So the lacks the communication part is because people can't do this right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
As y'all talked about earlier, it's just grab and go,
Yeah.
right? You want to get to know somebody. That's what you said. That's what you're looking for. The older you get, you want to get to know somebody. And people don't communicate anymore. They text.
Hey, WID.
No. So if I'm texting you my whole day, when we go home and talk,
Oh, I'm totally with that. There's nothing to talk about.
there's nothing to talk
I'm 100.
about.
I say that all
That
the
is
time.
it right there.
Yeah.
And that's
That's
what
right.
people are struggling with. It's
Because if you go 2 hours without talking to someone, their mindset is you're cheating, you're messing with someone,
right.
and it's like
And it's not that, but
it's not the same.
But when you text your whole day, you're coming back to the house like twiddling thumbs.
But I feel like that's why people text their whole days, because now our mindset is you go more than 30 minutes without texting back. They're like, oh, there must be someone else occupying your time right now.
Yeah,
When it could
that's
just
it.
We got to get back into being secure with that. That's
yeah,
the
but
problem.
people,
And
we're so insecure.
how do you
We're so
change that?
insecure.
That's the question. Like I can tell you guys right now, I can hear it.
Yeah.
You guys are changing your daughter's
Yeah.
idea of security because you say, okay, that dude fucked up.
Yeah.
That was the one for you, right? That's the big thing. You're teaching them security. You're teaching them to trust.
And
You
value
break my
themselves.
trust. Right. Okay. Value themselves. That's exactly. So this is. Whew. I had this conversation with Malia prior,
Yeah.
saying you have to energy. I always like it. Energy is the thing. We are all made of
100%.
energy.
Yeah.
If I'm giving 70 and the other person's giving 30, and it's going good, but it stays that way,
Yeah.
That's not.
I'm gonna back up a little bit
Mhm.
to 60 and see if that energy matches.
Yep.
And I was trying to explain that to her, like that energy ain't matching, then that's not the one
It's
for you.
not it. Yeah. I feel like it should always be 100% relationship every single day, but the
100%.
percentage can vary. If I'm having a 40 day and you're having a 60, that's okay. If I'm having a 50 day and you're having a 50, that's okay. But I feel like it should always equal 100. If you're just giving 20 and you want me to give 100, it's not working like that. So, yeah. Okay.
Oh, you want me to answer the same question?
Oh no, y'all don't have to. For
Okay, go
time's
ahead.
sake,
Go
yeah, I have
ahead.
another one.
I mean,
Yeah, go ahead.
this can go all day. That's all you can.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is a personal question for me. Do you feel that when people take the time to dress up and look cute or handsome to go out, that they are seeking for attention? So this was a
I think
conversation I've had.
that's like a catch-22 because on one hand, yeah, but at the same time, sometimes people get dressed up just to feel better. Like maybe they're a job, especially with all these people working from home. They ain't
Yeah.
never getting dressed for work, so they need to get up and they. Sometimes you just need to feel. It's like a emotional booster. You know, like
Yes.
it's kind of like sometimes you don't feel good about yourself or you don't feel you just feel like in a slump. You get dressed up and it pumps your energy up.
Yeah.
I know for like me, like like
Makes
if
me happy.
if I go everywhere, which normally I do, in gym clothes and stuff like that, when I put clothes on to go somewhere, I don't know, my energy kind of elevates. But I don't think I just think it depends on the person, man. If you're one of those BBL girls, I guess probably you're looking for attention. You're probably wearing some like short dress with the cheeks hanging out, your silicone boobs coming out. I think, and you're looking for attention. As you can see, I'm against all that. I think everybody should have
Yeah.
natural beauty.
100%.
I think that I speak for most men. We'd rather have like the grandma saggy titties versus these fucking inflatable boobs.
Listen, your body's your body. But
Yeah, your body's your body, but I'm just saying
Your
that
preference, yeah.
I don't think that it should be promoted so much right now.
Yeah, that's all over social media.
But what do you guys think about the podcast?
I like it.
Loving it.
I feel like I don't like because I yap a lot, so I feel like